Very good afternoon to all viewers. We are at the iconic M. Chinnaswamy Stadium, and this is the Maharani Trophy KSCA T20 2026. Match number 9, the all-important one, the Hubli Tigers taking on the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. The table is stacked up nice and tight, each team having won 2 and lost 2. They're all locked on 4 points each. What a 4 days we have gone. Let's go down to see what's there on the pitch from the pitch doctor, Srinath. This is day 5 of the Maharani Trophy KSCA T20 26. We are at the M. Chinnaswamy Stadium. We are back to pitch number 8. The same pitch was used on day 1 and day 3. 3 out of 4 occasions, the team batting first did manage to defend the score here. As always, the boundary distances are 60 yards. What's on offer today? Is there anything different? As I walk down, there's a fair sprinkling of grass, but the pitch has a dry look. Rolled in well. Certainly a good day for the batters. We have a doubleheader coming up today. The pitch will remain the same, and I don't see it change that much over a period of time. Will the toss matter? Will the captains have to revisit the strategy? Because 3 or 4 occasions, team batting first has won the game. That's what we'll have to wait and watch. But overall, fantastic pitch and fabulous conditions for a good game of cricket. Thank you, Srinath. That was the pitch, and in the comm box today to start proceedings, I have Vikram with me. Vikram, welcome, and how are you looking at this particular game?
Good morning to all viewers. Good morning. It is a fantastic outfield out there. Sky's a little bit grey, but I think we should get a full game in.
Well, a couple of minutes ago, we had Naveen along with the 2 captains at the toss. Let's see what the captains had to say. Down to the toss.
Welcome to the toss of match number 9 here of the Maharani Trophy 2026, and it is going to be the Hubli Tigers taking on the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. I'll tell you what, it's a very, very important match because this is currently now going to be the fight for the top place. Yeah, whoever wins this will be getting 6 points on the points table, and they will be going ahead on the top. Right, we have the captains for the toss. I have Pratyusha right next to me, and onto her left, of course, is Vrinda Dinesh, and onto our extreme left is Spurti Parvatikar. Thank you so much, ladies in attendance for the toss. I think Vrinda has a coin. Yeah, Spurti is going to call. Please flip it.
Tails.
Tails is a call. Spurti?
Heads.
Heads it is. Right. Vrinda, you won the toss. What would you like to do?
We would like to bowl first.
And why?
We saw how the last game went for us, and we think that's the way we should go about things.
Nice. And even in the previous game, I should just really talk about their powers. Highest total, and they almost came closer. So what's in your head? Where are you going to restrict them?
We haven't seen them bat first, so let's see what they can do, and let's see how the game goes.
Good point. Very good point. And any changes in your side?
We have one change. We have Reema Farid coming in place of Sakshi.
Lovely. All the very best, skipper. Do well. Thank you. Thank you so much. Right. Pratyusha, yeah, what you had planned in your head?
We were also going to chase, sir.
Okay. So, yeah, I understand why, because the previous game went really well. So, no worries, toss did not go in your favor. But any discussion on the previous match where you just lost it by just a couple of runs, 180, team's morale should be confident?
Yeah, I think the small moments matter in such games. So, it's just a matter of, in this game also, if the small targets, if we achieve and, put on a good score, I think we'll be able to restrict them.
Yeah, wonderful. And any changes on your side?
Yeah, we have one change. Kavya comes in for Nandini.
Nice. Thank you so much, skipper. Do well, do well. Well, that's the news from the center as the Hubli Tigers have won the toss and they want to see Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters bat first. Let's see what's going to happen. We'll come with the first ball. Stay tuned.
Thank you, Naveen. That was the news from the center. An all-important toss which Hubli Tigers won, and they said we will have a bowl first. All-important toss and perfect conditions, not sunny, slightly overcast, and maybe the Hubli Tigers fast bowlers will certainly relish this condition. Alongside me in the comm box, Vikram, we are opening the innings. Are you happy to take first strike with the bat or happy to go with the ball?
I think I'd be happy to take first strike as we enter this day on this pitch. We've had a few games here earlier. I'd love to just take advantage before the pitch starts doing something differently.
So day 1 and day 3 we did see teams bat first, different totals comfortably. The night game was the one wherein we had a comfortable chase down and the team chasing victorious by 9 wickets. All in readiness. Game number 9 to start proceedings will be Shreya plays the call. Play and a miss. Very, very important game for both the sides. The one which can cross over the line in this game would sit on top of the table.
Yeah, it's one of those situations in the tournament when you just thrust ahead if you think you can take this game. The one change for the Hubli Tigers.
Shreya has to re-bowl that, and two informed batters, Inchara and Rachita. They got the team off to a flyer the day before. A well-deserved break for these girls yesterday. Certainly would have recharged their batteries to get into the business end of this tournament.
Also interesting to see the introduction of Shreya Pote, one of the more junior girls in the team. Let's see what she can dish out.
Driven well, picks the cap, doesn't have the legs. The first Kalyani motor boundaries for the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. Inchara on the go.
Shreya just bowling into the batter's slot, and Inchara, that's easy for her, just opens the face of the bat for a boundary there. They're on their way now, the Bengaluru Blasters.
Through in the slot, just opens the face of the bat, a touch between point and the cover. The boundary rider was almost in front of extra cover, and the lone boundary rider on the leg side is in deep mid wicket. A tough field, two inside the ring on the 30-yard circle, a straightish mid on, and now we see Monica Patel move just touch to the right of the strikers and umpire. Good field placement in hindsight. She just got the fielder in the right place. Maybe if she were to be where she was before, could have been in for another boundary. It's a tough ask for Shreya to come in and bowl to two batters who can really be devastating. Both of them are known for their wicket-getting prowess.
Manages to just beat a driving Inchara. Shreya Pote has relished the role of an all-rounder proper for Karnataka earlier, 4 seasons ago in the under-15, which also featured the likes of Lavanya Chalana, Inchara herself, whose batting was in that team. So she was a genuine all-rounder back then, and here she is to prove herself all over again.
Straight down the ground, timing not all that great, running backwards and a fantastic catch. Shreya coming in, straight away making an impact, picking up the all-important wicket of the in-form Inchara. Hubli lose their first wicket, elation for the Hubli Tigers.
Just as I was mentioning the batch of 22-23, which played the first BCC under-15, here you go, Inchara skying that, just not able to clear that fielder, and Priya Chavan taking a beautiful catch. So all three of these actors were part of that under-23 batch, under-15 batch, which went to Jaipur to play its preliminary tournament back 4 seasons ago.
First wicket down for the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. 5 for 1 in form. Inchara back in the hut. What an inspirational piece of captaincy by Vrinda Dinesh, throwing the ball to the youngster, telling her you're going to start the proceedings. A boundary, then came back strongly to pick up the wicket, all-important wicket of Inchara, who looked in fine fettle a couple of nights ago. And that brings in Chandasi. And this is the start that the Hubli Tigers were looking for.
Yeah, Shreya last year was with the Mangalore Dragons, and believe it or not, during a match pre-practice session before the match, she injured her finger and didn't play a single match. So here she is back to prove that she can be a big part of this team.
Through an opportunity on offer, she's grabbed the first one with both hands. Last ball of the over coming up. On strike is Chandasi. Nice teasing length, not much of pace. Finishes over number 1. The Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters 5 for the loss of 1. Inserted to bat. Monica Patel to start the proceedings from the Rahul Dravid end. And she's been a bit hot and cold in this particular tournament. Left armer with immense ability. She's already played for the country. She's seen the game at the highest level. And certainly she would like to make a mark. Already Shreya has created a first impression and created the dent by picking up the wicket of Inchara. She's got the ability to get the ball back into the right-hander, which is a real asset for a left-armer. Let's see how she starts off.
I think the Blasters will really rue the loss of Inchara. So the Blasters really would have liked for a big start from Inchara. She's been known to do that. For her to just fizzle out in this particular game, but it's a long batting order, so there could be anything that happens. Huge score is possible from the Bangalore Blasters.
True, but field restrictions within the power play, and maybe over or two we could expect something in for the faster bowlers. But task on hand now. Chandasi walks in, already a wicket down for the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. Hint of away movement. There's an appeal from the bowler. She reckons the batter had hit it. The umpire says, wide is the call, and she has to re-bowl it. Started off with some shape. This ball angling across the right-hander. Could see daylight between bat and ball. Just tries to fox the umpire by saying, just think twice before you spread your arms across. A mixed start for Monica Patel. Again, full in length and angling across. In 2 minds here, Chandasi. They certainly have a task on hand now. Rachita looked good in the last game, but power play, whether they just have a few sighters or just straight away go for the ball from the start.
I think it's a great opportunity for Chandasi to prove her mettle here. So far it's been about Lavanya, Inchara, Rachita and Mithila, no less. So I think today she should come good.
Off the radar, we are seeing her trying to bowl. The ball coming back into the right hand, a couple angling away. Still not hitting the straps, Monica. She struggled a touch bit in this edition of the Maharani Trophy. Somebody who comes in with a huge reputation, having played for the country. And the Hubli Tigers would expect a breakthrough or two with the ball in the hand for Monica. 5 inside the ring on the offside, 2 inside on the leg side. Both the boundary riders are on the leg side for Monica. Driven. Comfortably picked up at mid-off. Surprising having 2 boundary riders on the leg side. She's trying to angle the ball across the right-hander.
I did have this question earlier, I know that's the natural free swing of the bat. You normally pull very hard and you get those runs there. But yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a funny in some senses. You're always bowling just outside off stump, right? Yet you don't have a fielder on the back. But I think it's very situational.
So if it happens on one occasion, you can call it a double bluff. But having 2 fielders on a regular basis and trying to angle the ball across, I think you need to certainly rework your strategy. Sweeper cover now. And the deep square leg comes into 45. Change in field for Rachita. Once again, angled across wide. Yeah, this always will be spoken about. You have your strategies and plans in place for particular batters. But Chandasi, she's really not kicked on this particular tournament. Why would you want to have two riders straight away on the leg side rather than employ a slip, an attacking field set, already a wicket down on the first over?
It's almost like the players have an earpiece, a bug planted in our room, because as soon as you said, what's this happening, they've put the sweeper cover there.
That was about planning and strategizing. They know where Rachita is strong. Maybe through the covers, through the offside. She's just put one fielder back at sweeper cover. And always the talk is about pace on the ball. This has become a standard field set. The short third, backward point, cover point and extra cover. We've seen more of spin rather than pace. Are we going to look at anything different from Monica? Just one boundary rider that's almost in front of square. Cut this time, upish, but over the point fielder. The second Kalyani motor boundary, this time from the blade of Rachita. Erring in line, making full use of it is Rachita.
So just Monica with a natural angle over the stumps, left armer over the stumps to right hander, just a shade outside and just a quick slice over there through the gap for a boundary.
Not trying to get too much power into that. Didn't throw the kitchen sink, but knew that she just had to clear the infield. Smart batting, struggling with the line a bit. Monica Patel. Better line and length. Finishes with a dot. 9 of the over. End of 2. Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters are 14 for 1.
There you see the teams, same players except a change in each of them. The Hubli Tigers have brought in Rima Farid, and the Kalyani Blasters have brought in Kavya BR, who is the right arm fast bowler who's played for Senior Karnataka Women. Just coming back to Rima Farid, who I mentioned, she's been a veteran player on the circuit for a long time, right from the under 16 days. Didn't have it so good last season, so she comes in. Good luck to her.
A platform for our own girls to get going, and a surprise change. Wicket off for first over, and the ball has been thrown to Saina Kapoor, the left armer. She replaces Shreya, and she's going to be up against Chandasi. Nicely tossed up, straight away trying to go across the line, just falling in front of her. This is something we see very often, that we don't see the same bowler come on and bowl the second one, though she gets a wicket. This time around, just offline, not much of damage. New batters come in, but why do you not persist with the same bowler?
I think it has something to do with the strategy of the Hubli Tigers, who seem to want to change up every. They don't want any bowler to look settled to the batter.
Even say the batter's not even had a sighter at Shreya. Her confidence would be up, tails up. She's got a wicket in the first over. So you certainly could rework your strategy.
Some of these modern methods, I think your old school methodology may be slightly different, but I'm sure you'll be also tuning in here.
Certainly, I don't think it's got to do anything with old or new school. T20 cricket is just about 18, 19 years old, rather 20 years. 2007 was the first World Cup which was held, which India won in South Africa. It's evolving day in and day out, but this is something that happens on a very regular basis. High hoisted and over the deep mid wicket. The mid wicket fielder had no chance. Down on one knee was Chandasi. Timing exquisite and gets the distance as well as the elevation. The first cycle pure Agarbati maximum.
So Chandasi right there on your platform, sending that over the long on boundary. A touch player like her, also demonstrating how she can go over the ropes. Today is her day, perhaps.
Exquisite timing on that one. Again, just flicks that away. 2 is the call. Will they get settled down for 1? Over number 3 completed. Saina Kapoor goes for 7 in that. 21 for the loss of 1 wicket. Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. Rima Farid, the player who was made to the playing 11 today, apparently has come in as a replacement player, replacing Niriksha. A like-to-like replacement, leg spinner replacing a leg spinner. We talk in terms of concussion. No, says.
Well, actually, not like for like. Rima is a leg break bowler. Niriksha is a medium pacer all-rounder.
Rameshwari now coming in from the Rahul Dravid end. We've already seen 4 different bowlers, and this is the 4th over in progress. True, maybe Niriksha will have to wait. Niriksha in Kannada is what? To wait. So maybe she has to wait again till the next edition of the Maharani Trophy comes up.
So she didn't get a game first up. You're saying that wait was there, and now a second wait by going out of the squad for some time. That's a long wait.
Yeah, she's on wait list as of now. Shot, but would be disappointed Rachita on that occasion. Yeah, this has been a feature of some of the teams who decide to ring in changes on a regular basis. Could be try to unsettle the batters, not getting a sight of the same bowler time and again. But a reasonably good start for the Hubli Tigers.
You know, I get your point about a bowler who's come in, a young bowler who's got a wicket, and you want to keep her there. But now the thinking is around just for the sake of the team, you've got to change things up as per the original blueprint drawn over the breakfast table. So that's how things work these days.
True opportunities for the youngsters. It's a misfield there. Timed well, but the bowler, batter, hitting it through long on. Effort in vain. That's a Kalyani motor boundary. This time around again from the bat of Chandisi. Chandisi is looking good. Disappointed will be Rameshwari. Steps down, just a roll of the wrist. Should have been stopped, but diving over that ball. Certainly the captain as well as the bowler would be disappointed with that effort.
Yeah, touch disappointed there.
These are small moments in the game that can, egg your team on. True, till the halfway mark, it was about giving the youngsters an opportunity. Now we come to such a stage in the business end of the tournament to figure in the top 2. Win also becomes a must.
It's just backing the young Rima, who's just come in suddenly. Probably some nerves over there.
Last ball coming up. Cut, but can't dissect the ring of fielders on the off. End of over number 4. The Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters are 28 for the loss of 1 wicket. Yet another bowling changer from the Anil Kumble time and box then. This time around it's Priya Chavan, who's had a rough couple of games, but happy that the Hubli Tigers have reposed faith in her. The management, the support staff and the captain decides to give her the ball within the power play.
So are you truly irritated now? Change and change and change again. Why not let a bowler settle?
As a batter, I'm more than happy. I can take anybody on. That's what they look at. Anything coming your way, make use of it. In fact, the bowlers will be disappointed. Certainly, if I were to be Shreya, I would be scratching my head. Why not a second over when I've got 1 off the first? 4 in the ring on the offside, 3 on the on. It looks like a mixed field, 5-4 for Priya Chavan. Starts off with a short ball. Timing is good, but can't get the placement right. So Priya Chavan has got a lot of ability, but unfortunately the last couple of games have not gone her way. Is this the afternoon that she can make an impact for the Hubli Tigers? A lot of faith being shown in her bowling abilities by the skipper and the support staff. Small partnership building between Rachita and Chandasi. Chandasi is looking in fine form, a 6 under 4. And she's the one who is on the go. Rachita just taking it slow. Has to re-bowl that one. Dicey line with the fine inside at 45. Treading difficult territory is Priya Chauhan. The first wicket to go down, absolutely no timing. The bat just turning in her hand, and that was Priya Chauhan. She's just forgotten that she had 2 bad nights with the ball, but what a fantastic catch running backwards. Now she's in action with the ball. One down the leg, one outside the off. Different directions, but the result the same. Has to reload that.
Priya Chauhan's been rather underbowled in this tournament. It's of course what you need to do at that moment in time. She had a very good tournament, the previous Maharani Trophy. Twisting that final away, completely shifting the emphasis, and Hubli Tigers winning that in the end.
She's not been consistent enough. One down the leg, one outside the off, again one down the leg. Last year was history. Priya Chauhan has to rewrite history. I think she's rewriting history in a different way, and she's typically struggled low on confidence. I think the skipper needs to have a chat with her. Important over within the power play. She's been given the ball 3 wides. It's just one legal delivery in this over. Gets one on the line. More of these would certainly do a lot of good for her confidence.
So what's your prediction for the next bowler? Going to be Nikki and Vrinda, and then Reema Farid, the new girl.
I'm going to go with Vrinda Dinesh. After that, my captaincy stint is over. I'll have different captains coming in then. There's a toss-up in the com box. A leg spinner walks in and says it's going to be Reema. All cricketers are made that way. They have the affinity towards their skill set. Could be a toss-up. It could be Reema or it could be Vrinda. Then I'm done with captaincy. It's going to be taken over later on by the wise men. The 2 handsome hunks will walk in later on.
Also, don't forget, Reema coming in strengthens the batting in quite a long way.
They are proven and powerful men, not otherwise. They've been doing a great job calling it right, especially Param. He's had the button at the right place many a times. Priya Chauhan, though, starting off a bit sluggish, has made a strong comeback. Just still 5 off this over. 2 more balls to bowl. One of the longest overs in this Maharani Trophy. Pace is slow. The batters are steady. The power play so far has been slow and steady.
So just, would you say that because the wicket is slow, the batters will take it easy and then explode towards the latter part of this innings?
I feel this is the best time. The first 6 overs are the best when the ball is hard. Gaps to pick just 2 outside the circle to make optimum use of this power play. Last ball coming up. Going on the onside. The short third fielder in circle. Lucky escape. Single to end the over. 5 overs done. 35 for the loss of 1 are Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters.
Thank you, Srini, and thank you, Vikram. Yeah, this is what the Maharani Trophy 2026 is all about. It's equal on the points table, equal competition. Everybody with 4 points. And what Srinath was predicting, just turned out to be a little on the other side. There's a bowler who's repeating herself. Rameshwari Gaikwad into the attack. I am Navin Shori. Alongside with me is Param. Good afternoon, Param.
Good afternoon, Naveen. Good afternoon to all our viewers. Yep, Rameshwari Gaikwad coming in to the attack second over. She's had a good power play. So far, it looks pretty even Stevens. 36 for 1 at 5.2.
I think Vrinda Dinesh has got that very good habit, I should say, of not letting the batter settle to against one bowler. But then again, when Shreya picked up that wicket, it would be more itching to throw the ball towards her. As this partnership has now got, misfield. Again, that's not what you want as a bowler. Straightforward, should have been just the one. Just talking about this good partnership, because Chandasi and Rachita now get to have that time in the middle, even though it is a power play. They'll get that time to actually look at the ball and say, okay, it's a new bowler, first in rhythm. And that's exactly where Priya Chavan's over. It was very costly for them. Outside edge, no slip. That'll run away towards deep third. Welcome boundary. Rameshwari Gaikwad would be touch disappointed, but good that she enticed the drive from the batter.
Yeah, touch fuller here from Rameshwari Gaikwad, slightly outside, and she went for the drive and takes the outside edge, goes for another Kalyani Motors boundary.
Now does Vrinda think of a slip? Reaction field set. A huge appeal, but the umpire walks off. Probably going down the leg side, and even the keeper was just moving it towards the left. So that's an indication to the umpire.
Yeah, we've been speaking about this, that in the power play, try and have an attacking field, keep that slip in place, but clearly a different strategy here from Vrinda Dinesh.
Maybe because she did not expect Rameshwari to get that kind of a flight. But yeah, nevertheless, that's a let go to Chandasi as the power play is done. 43 for 1. Hubli Tigers, in fact, will be wanting to get that second wicket going very soon. Interesting what Vrinda Dinesh actually told me in the toss. Is she said, we haven't seen Bengaluru Blasters bat first. So we want to see that, and that is exactly what they have done in the power play. They've held their nerves. They've done good catch from Priya Chavan running behind. But Monica Patel was expensive. She's bowling into the wind, but still taking the ball away from the right-hander. And from then on, it's all been all along the carpet. Yeah, this one was just that very, very good, fortunate boundary for the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters, as Saina Kapoor once again will come in for her second over from the Anil Kumble end. Power play is gone, so they can spread out the field. Everybody around the leg side with one sweeper cover outside the off. And more interesting is the point where when you speak of Priya Chavan, previous Maharani Trophy 2025, she's done so well. What might have gone wrong in this tournament? Because this is the second consecutive match that she's not performing well with the ball.
Well, they're also under pressure. They had that couple of losses after the first win, but they've come back strong. Each team now at 4 points. That race for the Maharani Trophy final is on. Priya Chavan, obviously, over the last year, maybe has worked on something different, but execution could be something that she's not found her foot on.
Tight line. Also maybe the fact that you're coming into the business end of the tournament and you need to deliver from the word go. That happens to every cricketer. And then you're not probably in a good mind frame to settle down in. You're not getting your run up ready. You're not getting your rhythm right. Cuts and misses. Probably the coach should spend a little more extra time with her.
Yeah, she's a fine talent. I'm sure with time she's going to develop and hone on those skills. And definitely the future, I should say, of Karnataka cricket, Karnataka women's cricket, is very, very bright.
No doubt. As there's a small sprinkle of rain drizzling across. Nicely punched off the back foot work for the deep third fielder. Still they'll be managing only that one run. And also happy to see that Hubli Tigers have given her the advantage, as Pote also today finding her time to come in. Shreya Pote did well in the first over that she bowled. Now to the left of Shreya, and will be only one. So speak of Priya Chauhan, it's good to see that they've given her that extra confidence. 7 overs gone, 46 for 1. The groundsmen are ready with the covers. It's getting a little thicker with the raindrops coming down. Probably 2:30 local time here in Bengaluru, and shouldn't be a big spell of rain. And what makes me say that is because the birds are still figuring it out because they are still up in the wind. So if it's a bigger raindrop, they will probably go find some shade. So that's a bit of an indication as Rameshwari will come along.
You were talking about Vrinda Dinesh at the toss. She made an interesting point. She wants to see the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters bat first. Over the last couple of games, we've seen them chase big totals. So that could be something that is against their strategy.
Good you brought up that point, because 186 Gulbarga Mystics batting first, putting up on the score, and they almost came closer to just say 3 runs short. 183. Everybody of us felt, oh, is this what it's going to be? Is this another thriller of a chase, or are we in for the first super over? But yeah, the Gulbarga Mystics, hats off to them. They held their nerve.
Absolutely. The last couple of overs in the death, Rajeshwari Gaikwad, I beg your pardon, and Nayanisha, she was outstanding in that last game.
Oh yeah, she's a real good prodigy. Good fast bowler. Outside edge, in the air, third fielder takes it. Good catch. Rameshwari Gaikwad gets a first wicket. And Chandasi will be really disappointed that she played that shot just at the time when the rain was just trying to take its good shape.
Yeah, Rameshwari Gaikwad in that good length region, and no turn there, and she tried to play across, takes the edge, and Saina Kapoor not going to drop that.
It was probably a shot that she was forcing to play, nothing out of the book, nothing out of the ordinary. Yeah, there, so away from her body, wanting to just play it on the onside just for a single, because there is deep mid wicket and long on. Even if she would have hit it from the middle of the bat, it was just one run.
Yeah, she was looking to play with the turn, and there was no turn on that. Straighter delivery and finds the edge, and Lavanya Chalana walks in. What a superstar she's been for the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. Even the other night she had a wonderful outing.
She's been good, even though with the heavy strapping on her right shoulder. She's carrying that, probably that muscle pull or the niggle. The entire shoulder from the collarbone to the right shoulder is completely strapped. And even with that, she's performing here. And right now, she has to deliver to the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters, because suddenly, Chandasi, who was looking very good, just wanted to play a shot, create something out of the ordinary, is in the dugout. Right, Lavanya Chalana. She's got deep square, deep mid-wicket and long on. Oh, she says a very good afternoon for Rameshwari Gaikwad. They're playing for the turn and it's not turning.
Yeah, this one much better here. Slightly full up, but just turned slightly at the last moment.
Ooh. You know what, if that would have turned as it was supposedly to be, it would have definitely kissed Lavanya's bat. Lucky that it probably did not turn.
Could have also kissed the top of the off.
Oh yeah, totally. Lucky for her, lucky. Slapped away, over covers, and Lavanya Chalana will get her first boundary. Good way to get off the mark. 8 overs gone, 52 for 2.
Yeah, with that boundary, the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters get their 50. And slightly wider and fuller from Rameshwari Gaikwad. She goes over the infield. Lavanya Chalana gets her boundary.
Yeah, look at that haze across the Chinnaswamy Stadium. It's probably that drizzle in the air. That's it. It's going to blow off. It's going to carry off. Yeah, Ananya Hegde. Ananya for me should really come good in this Maharani Trophy 2026. It's a major tournament. It's a major opportunity for her. But Mithila Vinod, we know what she can do with the bat. Kanika Karthik, Namita D'Souza. It's a strong batting lineup. And don't forget, the costliest player of Maharani Trophy 2026, Pratyusha Chaluru. Everybody can bat. For me, it's only Ananya that she has to just deliver. But Monica Patel comes back. Change of ends for her. Comes back to the Anil Kumble end. Bowled the first over from the Rahul Dravid end. She was getting the ball to go away from the right-hander. And if you remember that first over, you also probably will notice that how could she not bring even one ball back into the right-hander, her stock delivery.
Could also be the wind blowing in the other direction or coming in. Maybe the change in the way she was holding the ball.
Or probably just
a couple of reasons there.
Yeah, and probably also pushing the ball through. Maybe because she was bowling in the direction where the ball could come back in. That's a good slap over point. Lavanya Chalana has got a couple of opportunities here from the moment she's walked in to free her arms. Really good. And when you mentioned hold the ball and release, that's a very important point because we'll need to kind of break that down as a left armer. When you're having that index finger pointing towards the slips, the ball's definitely going to go away. When you have that small little flip during the release time. But then when you are, misfield at point, that'll go behind point. Even then, Lavanya wants a second. Been sent back. And then when you have that middle finger of the left-hander trying to hit the ball towards the fine leg, then that ball comes in.
Yeah, it's the way you grip your ball. The index and the middle finger. Maybe sometimes you hold it a little cross seam, goes away. Sometimes you hold it a little straight and angling it in. Your arm facing the fine leg fielder.
Yeah, totally. You've been a left-arm fast bowler yourself, Param. I understand this where that's up in the air. Long on, getting under it. No, the ball will sail over her head. Brilliant shot from Lavanya Chalana. And it goes over the head of Nikki Prasad right there at long on.
Yep, fuller on this occasion from Monica Patel in the arc and hits that straight over Nikki Prasad for a cycle pure Agarbatti maximum.
Should appreciate the boldness of Lavanya Chalana, even though that there was Nikki P, one of the best fielders at long on. She took her on. Good comeback. That is what you need as a length.
Yeah, Lavanya Chalana, what an absolute superstar she's been so far for the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. This is exactly why they've sent her up.
We have sent her up? They have sent her up.
This is exactly why the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters have sent her up. I beg your pardon.
That's okay. I understand. Your heart stays with KSCA. I understand. Whatever discussions happen, you feel that, yeah. That's once again played really well. One bounce, boundary, over long off. And Lavanya Chalana totally enjoying her 7-ball innings as of now. She's going to do more for sure.
This is exactly why they sent her up. And yeah, the Bengaluru Blasters having a field day out there, aren't they?
No wonder is that batting lineup is spoiled for choices. Because we saw just a while ago the batting card looks so strong. And I remember in one of the matches, I think the Mysuru Warriors' skipper, Shubha Satish, I was asking her in the post-match presentation where they won against the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. I asked her, which wicket gave you the most satisfaction? Was it Mithila Vinod's wicket or Lavanya Chalana's wicket? I asked her that during the chase, but she said, every wicket of theirs, because it's such a strong batting lineup, right from Inchara, to Chandasi, to everybody. Any wicket for the opponent with the ball would be a nice satisfaction as Nikki P comes in.
Very interesting strategy here that the two batters who have now faced a few deliveries, they're a little settled in, but they're still opting for the off-spinner to come on.
Because I was expecting Vrinda to come along. this is the right time because Lavanya is probably looking to go big. Yes, Rima, there's another option, but for me, Vrinda's experience, that would have been very good against Lavanya to tie her down.
They have 3 boundary riders on the leg side, one at long on, deep mid wicket, and one at deep square. She'll be looking to target those areas.
See, because even Nikki P bowls the way what Vrinda does, but with Vrinda's got that experience back of her hand. Lavanya now finds the fielder. Is it? Fumble at long on, but still the boundary's been saved. Very, very good attempt. And yeah, Vrinda Dinesh, I was talking about her. There she is in action.
We spoke about this just a ball ago. She was talking to those fielders there at long on. Vrinda Dinesh, very, very good attempt there. Almost going over.
Would have been the catch of the match if that was been completed. What a good attempt. Yeah, give full marks for the efforts, and there you go, one more in the line. The timing of the jump for me was a little early, and given the fact the height of Vrinda should have been a little more later. Lavanya again goes big, this time towards deep square, 1 bounce. She's not holding it back at all.
Yeah, those 3 fielders at the boundary, and she's targeting those very same areas. She's not going to hold back. She wants to go big. Her intent is very clear.
Yeah, promotion at number 3 is very significant. Straight down. Vrinda Dinesh will not get it across. Boundary. Rachita this time. I guess the positivity has been rubbed over from Lavanya Chalana to Rachita.
Yeah, Nikki Prasad slightly fuller here on this occasion in the arc and hits it straight over the bowler's head. Nikki Prasad couldn't do anything there. And that's the best place to hit it, right behind the bowler, safest area.
Totally. Vrinda was 2 square. Another Kalyani Motors boundary to the Blasters. Last ball. Good over to the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. 10 gone, 73 for 2. And Srinath and Vikram to take it forward to the next 5 overs. And just before they walk in, I think we will see the umpires' watch as well, which will signify that this is drinks at 10 overs.
the halfway mark. Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters batting first, 73 for 2 with Lavanya and Rachita in the middle. Priya Chavan comes back for a second from the Anil Kumble end. With me in the commentary box is Vikram. Vikram, the last couple of overs just before the halfway mark, we did see some intent and the foot just getting on the accelerator. Rachita and Lavanya showing some intent.
I thought with that short spell of rain that the batters were just seeing that period through. And once they felt they got used to what might have been changed conditions, I thought, like you said, they decided to give it a go. I really feel Lavanya should be a little more watchful. She can lend a lot of power to strokes, but then there are boundary riders, and you have to play the field accordingly there also.
Small partnership building, 27 of 17 between Lavanya and Rachita. Absolutely no pace on offer. They're just working the ball around in the gaps. It's all singles. Singles certainly won't hurt the Hubli Tigers. They boast of a strong batting lineup, and especially the informed batter Vrinda Dinesh. Vicky Prasad is in good form. Certainly Bengaluru Blasters would be eyeing something in excess of 150. Conditions certainly good for batting. So as mentioning, power play is the best time for you to make use of the conditions of the pitch. Harder ball. Once you get closer and past the halfway mark, a touch older the ball gets, it becomes difficult to time those shots and get pace on the ball.
Also, you mentioned some singles here. It'd be interesting to see if Lavanya has that as part of her team strategy, her individual strategy.
Nice mix-up, huge appeal. Maybe just going down the leg buys the signal. Mixed it up well this over, Priya Chavan.
Yeah, talk about that because of the importance of singles again. Just shuffling a wee bit and trying to deflect that away, but the ball just stays put. You do tend to load up a little too heavily these days, in this power game, and then you lose out the fact that there are singles to be taken, and you hold out twice in succession.
Trying to go big. Timing not good on that. Just drops a couple of, rolls over the deep square leg. Better effort could have been from the fielder, but nevertheless happy will be the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. Finish off over number 11 with a boundary. The Bengaluru Blasters are 82 for the loss of 2 wickets. Would have been disappointed with that effort. Priya Chavan, the last ball, she just had 3 singles after that. And the fielder at deep mid wicket didn't judge the pace of the ball. Certainly should have been stopped. But nevertheless, Rachita picking up a boundary there. Again, we see another bowling change, and this time around it's a Saina Kapoor from the Rahul Dravidian.
So they still haven't used the incoming new bowler, Rima Farid, the leg break bowler. Whereas they've used Saina, who is of course turns it the same way but is a finger spinner. I think the Hubli Tigers team is big on playing players in the particular phases where they feel they're useful. That's the impression we got when they mentioned why they hadn't bowled Sakshi Munawali in the previous game. The pace bowler who'd been inducted to the previous game but wasn't put into service at all.
Just wanted to check, does Rima bat?
She is more than a handy batter. She can challenge the likes of, or rather partner with the likes of Rachita and Lavanya right out there. So, see, just heaving that. And boundary.
Maybe they're just holding her back, trying to see if she can figure out as a batter in the middle over, or could be pressed into services maybe in an over or two. But a leg spinner, certainly always we talk about their ability to pick wickets. And that could be the right time for her to be pressed into services.
We have a free hit coming up here. So Rachita is going to swing big time, we feel. But Rima has been sent into situations for Karnataka, like the 50-over championship, which happened in Surat 2 seasons ago, to up the run rate. That's the kind of batter she is.
Steps out, goes big. Vrindha Dinesh. The ball slips through her hand. Certainly should have stopped it and saved 3 runs on that. But a welcome Kalyani motor boundary. This time around for Rachita. Should be more than happy. Was just coasting at run a ball. Disappointed would be Saina. Pull the ball back, but no timing on that one. Casual effort from Brinda. Just splitting between her hands. One bounce over the rope. Making use of the free hit fully. Yes, sir. That's a Kalyani motor boundary. 4 was the signal from the umpire. A free hit certainly made use of well by Rachita. Still striking at just above run a ball. She's been out there in the middle since ball 1. Needs a get on from here. Full toss. Will be certainly disappointed. Missed out. Huge gap on the leg side. All that she was to do was just pick the gap past that short fine fielder. Saina is just struggling a touch bit with the line. This time around drags it again. Lucky. Rachita certainly has missed out on 2 scoring shots. One a full toss free hit on the leg. Again, all 4 fielders inside the ring. A short ball should have been dispatched.
Probably to end the over well, the Bengaluru Blasters will fancy a big one here, and nobody better to provide it than Lavanya. You'll of course find that she's a very all-hands player. She loves to use her hands. Doesn't usually go down to the pitch of the ball, but the kind of power she generates, she's able to clear boundaries quite easily, usually.
Short and wide, squeeze it off. The short third finishes off with the dot ball. Saina Kapoor, her third over comes to an end. Bengaluru Blasters batting first at the end of 12 are 89 for the loss of 2 wickets. The bowling card so far for the Hubli Tigers. Monica Patel has been disappointing, 222. Shreya Pote just bowled that 1 over, picked up the wicket. We've seen 6 bowlers in action. Saina Kapoor 3 overs 17. Rameshwari 3 overs 1 for 21. Priya Chawan 215. And Nikki Prasad 1 over for 8. We've still not seen Vrindha Dinesh, the skipper, roll her arm over. After the wicket in the first over, we see Shreya come back for the 13th from the Anil Kumble end.
Shreya will be happy to get this opportunity to prove herself all over again as an all-rounder.
Floated up, was there for the drive. And she's not going to offer any pace or width for the batter. 3 within the ring, 2 square on the offside, 1 extra cover on the circle. Short square and a short fine. The boundary riders on the onside are a deep mid-wicket and a straightish long on. A straight long off and a sweeper cover. Certainly the batters have to create the pace to go over. Absolutely. She's bowling to the field, and she certainly would relish bowling under these conditions at this point in time in the game.
Yeah, also, you see the ginger medium pace of Shreya Pote. And I think I go back to your theory that one must start to use one's feet now to come down and create your own pace. Like you say, we need a few runs now, as in the Bangalore Blasters do, right? That may be a good strategy to employ. I see Rachita stepping in to do it in exactly that way.
Still no sign of coming down, just walking across the stumps, trying to create some space. And momentum has to start building from now. Just a couple of overs, we get to the business end. And if they're realistically looking at the target of 150, 160, the projected score is showing 144 as of now. And one of them, I think it would be Lavanya, who's striking the ball better to have a go on from here. The intent is on in the gap. 1 bounce just runs over that. Another Kalyani motor boundary, this time from the player of Lavanya. The intent is on, and maybe this is the over and this is the bowler they are targeting.
Indeed, the intent seems to on Lavanya, knowing that she can get that gap, seeing where the fielder is, and just heaving across there in an inimitable style that is typical Lavanya, just past the fielder for a boundary.
The key to the shot was just walked across the stump, created that room. Huge gap between long on and deep mid wicket. A touch unlucky, I would say. The fielder just overran. The ball just stopped on her. But nevertheless, would be more than happy to take that boundary. Lavanya. Again walking across this time around inside half of the bat. A lot of running to do for the fielder at deep mid wicket. Very ordinary piece of fielding. One hand just rolls underneath her hand. Back-to-back boundaries. Kalyani motor boundaries for Lavanya. Certainly expect better efforts at this point in time. Certainly a letdown in the field. Just a casual effort. Rolls over under one hand. Gets it underneath the hand. Bowler Shreya would certainly be disappointed with that effort. Nevertheless, a happy bunch the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters would be. Inching on just too short of the magical figure of 100. Again this time around outside half of the bat and well judged catch this time around. Makes no mistake. Back-to-back boundaries. Getting over ambitious. Trying to go over mid off this time. Gets a leading edge and comfortably basketed by the fielder at short third. Disappointed would be Lavanya getting off to a start.
Lavanya, just that very marginal movement of the feet, not quite to the pitch of the ball. She likes to execute that power. However, the ball just had other plans straight into the fielder's hand, just at that backward point.
Well judged catch under the circumstances. And how happy is the bowler? Third wicket down for the Bengaluru Blasters. 98 for the loss of 3. Lavanya 28 of 19. Mithila Vinod, one of my favorites and my picks in this tournament, walks in. Just cannot forget that 49 of 17. Outstanding knock, and it's still, circling in my mind.
Our favorite, you can't just get to claim her just like that. She's the favorite of every commentator.
No disclaimers. We all bat, bowl, commentate in partnerships. Fair enough. She's been one of the real finds, the way she's gone about it. And we were talking about the skipper not being pressed into action. There we see her from the Rahul Dravid end. The skipper decides to come on. It's Vrinda Dinesh.
So yet another bowler pressed into service. The new bowler.
Cut away, gets an edge. That starts off maybe with a Kalyani motor boundary. What the doctor ordered. A new bowler coming in. Rachita welcomes her. Chance to free her arms and goes hard at it. Gets an outside edge through the short third.
Just threaded there through the short third. The fielder chasing. But it's a fastish outfield here. The ball races away for a boundary.
Not certainly happy, the skipper ringing those changes. Gets another fielder from leg to the off. Short third, a fielder right next to her. We have a backward point, extra cover, 4 inside the ring and a short square inside the ring on the onside. Predictable lines these are going to be. She has to keep the ball outside the off stump. She's going to get anywhere close to the off. There are acres of space available on the onside.
That area around point, very productive in terms of runs. Sri, back in the day, batting probably before your days, they'd say never cut to an off spinner.
True, you're going to bowl there now. You can see a reverse coming up. So there's no cutting the ball outside the off stump. It's about reverse or hoiking it over mid wicket. That's what the manual in T20 says. Gets into the stumps and comfortable, nice timing sound on the bat. Mithila certainly would take a time, maybe a couple of sighters. Just bide the time in the middle. Rachita is looking in good striking form.
What stands out about Mithila and what I've seen is the incredible amount of time she has when she plays that back foot stroke, the pull for a 6. She just seems to elevate it so much. It gets so deep in her crease. It's an amazing shot. She just leverages it completely in her own way.
So short in stature, can use the depth of the crease well. The ball, which is a length ball for a tall batter, could be a touch shot, which he makes use of very well. Down the ground, couple of bounces into long off. We're talking about lines. Gets predictable with this sort of field set, and Vrinda has to be that bit careful.
And there could be a mix-up here. There is. It's still not on, and finally the stumps are down.
Certainly, the umpire comes up to the TV umpire. Communication not on all over the place. Striking the ball, having a look at the fielder. Dinesh aims like the olden days where we used to play marbles on the street. In right position, taking aim at the stumps and says, there you go. Or we used to play something called as 7 stones or Lagori. But end result is she gets the target right. And the batter run-outers. Rachita. Or is it Mithila? Rachita run out 37 of 35 at a very crucial time. And hit straight to the point fielder. A misfield. They say don't never run on a misfield. No communication, and Rachita was halfway down. Didn't collect the ball cleanly, but quick enough to recover and hits the ball direct. Gets it direct, and red is the light. And Rachita has to walk back 37 of 35. 105 for 4 are Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters.
Don't you think Mithila should have been running for that at any cost?
Sacrifice is too big a word because she herself is capable of hitting those long boundaries. And early in the game, still 6 to go after this. She was watching the fielder, fair enough. But before the call came in, she was halfway down. Cut this time, smart bit of fielding. Dot ball to finish the over. Wicket in that, wide run out. 14 done, 1 out 5 for the loss of 4 wickets. Bengaluru Blasters.
Yeah, I get the bit about the senior partner being there and sacrifice happening. Just to my eye, what it seemed to be a case of Rachita having made enough ground to give both of them a chance to cross. And Mithila, while she covered 4 or 5 yards or maybe 6 yards down the pitch, was not looking at a partner, just looking at the fielder. Who should be doing what at this stage?
To be honest, though 37 was what Rachita got, she didn't look in that fluent striking form like what she looked in the last couple of games. Just striking up about just more than 100. So I believe Mithila would have fancied her chances. End of it, it was all about communication. It was total miscommunication, chaos. In the end, not gathering the ball well, but all went well for Vrinda Dinesh. This time around, hoiked, but Monika Patel will do the honors of just swapping it up.
No, my mind really is not about the sacrifice here. I thought it would have been a good, quick run. And here, as a striker, you merely respond to your partner. I think Mithila would have made it.
Maybe old school of thought, the misfield was not all that big and the ball didn't just get too far away from the fielder. And well within the circle, about 5 yards, just a pick up to the right. Run out was always on. In case Mithila had run, she would have been at the danger end. It's all done. In the meanwhile, high over long on. Deep mid wicket rather. Fielder's just a spectator. Yet another cycle pure maximum. This time it is Mithila making amends.
Yeah, we're all very happy to see Mithila out there. Just as I was talking about how well she plays her back foot. Look at this. This is a shot from the front foot. Tremendous power and elevation. As soon as it left the bat, everybody here knew that's Mithila's 6 coming up.
The key was staying low. Watching the ball right underneath. Picking up the bat swing. Exquisite timing and power. Just was a spectator. The fielder at deep mid wicket. 6 off the second ball from Shreya. Sees into the third. She's picked up 2 wickets. This time around, timed sweetly. But good field positioning for the pace at which Shreya is bowling and the lengths. She's got a deep extra cover and a long off in place. And certainly for Pratyusha, we see a change in field. We see the square leg go back and the mid-off come in. Because she's the one who's capable of playing those fancy shots. Down the ground, gets the aerial route and gets the connection, the power and timing well. Starts off with a cycle pure maximum. The skipper Pratyusha. She's come out with an intent and means business.
Pratyusha with a more conventional stroke, just down on her knee and getting it over that long off fence. She's capable of playing at all parts of the boundary. Watch those fancy strokes come out at the right time now.
Again staying low. The key watching the ball right underneath. Maximum. Forces that to get it wide. She gets some bat on it. Racing away to the short third. Yes, sir. The bottom edge. Runs coming thick and fast now. A 6 dot ball. Another 6 followed by another Kalyani motor boundary. More than happy would be Pratyusha.
Yeah, when you slash hard, they say, there it goes, just past the keeper. No chance for the keeper standing up to stop that. It's a tough job standing up to the stumps, and it's the biggest challenge for a keeper.
Turning out to be an expensive over. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last ball of the 15th coming up. Swung hard. Too early into the shot. Vrinda Dinesh, her opposite number, picks it up comfortably at mid-off. Shreya Pote, though was expensive in this over, picks up her third, finishes off her third over in style. 123 for the loss of 5 at the end of 15 are the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. Bottom hand of the bat, turning in her hand, not getting the timing right, comfortably scalped by Vrinda Dinesh. More than happy would be the skipper as well as the youngster Shreya Pote. To take you through the next 5 overs in the com box will be Naveen, joined with Param.
Yeah, good catch there from Vrinda Dinesh. Keeping her eye on the ball till the very last second. And Pratyusha looking good, 11 of 3. But short of desperation there.
Thank you, Param. Thank you, Srinath Vikram. Yeah, it's 15 gone, 123 for 5. Unnecessary, I guess, the wickets that's fallen down for Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. First up, yeah, should be Lavanya Chalana. She was looking so good. She had to be there. And 28 of just 19 deliveries was very good. But what a good catch from Silkin Patel. But apart from that, Pratyusha, she had 5 more overs left up her sleeve. But so we've got 2 identical sisters but not twins in the middle. Kanika Karthik and Mithila Vinod. But this time with the bat. Saina Kapoor will continue from the Rahul Dravid end. I feel it should be Mithila Vinod now who will be taking that big in charge of going to the boundaries.
Yeah, very, very key and crucial here for the Bengaluru Blasters that these two stick it on till the end, build that partnership. 5 more overs to go. Try and get to another 40, 50 runs maybe from here.
Again, strongly struck off the mark, Kanika Karthik. But the important factor was the previous wicket that the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters lost for a mere nothing shot from Pratyusha Chaluru. Bowled! Gone! Saina Kapoor strikes and it is Mithila Vinod. Big breakthrough here and Hubli Tigers will be really elated because it's a dangerous batter Mithila Vinod who could take anybody in the last few overs to the cleaners is now walking back to the dugout.
Yeah, beautiful bowling. This from Saina Kapoor. Just slightly fuller, keeping and goes through that defense of Mithila Vinod.
Angling into the body and it was a quicker delivery. First up, it had that revolutions, but then Mithila was stuck in the crease. Yeah, there she is indicating the same thing. It was a quicker delivery. Nice quick turn. Probably would have pitched on one of the cracks or rough patches. That's why it just came in through so quickly. You've got a little cracks there which is of course covered by grass, but you never know. The landing of the ball might have been in one of those. Then that's just jack-packed in really well. Big challenge here for the Ananya Hegde batter who's walked in at number 8. She needs to prove a point. She needs to prove a point to her father/coach, Samarth Hegde. And this is the time. This is the exact time for Ananya to do it. Got long on and deep mid wicket. Yeah, big gaps to take a single, but she finds the fielder a shot extra.
Yeah, going to be very crucial here. We've seen what she can do with the ball. Now it's time to prove her mettle with the bat. Ananya Hegde, good all-rounder. Will need to score as many runs from here on out.
Slower through the air this time. That's why that ball turned really well. Yeah, the ball that Saina bowled to Mithila Vinod, I'm still surprised. I think it should be landing in one of those cracks. Of course, it's not a wicket that was played yesterday because yesterday we had a break day. But then for that to come back in so sharply, one, yes, it was a quicker delivery. Two, probably something there which aided Saina. 16 gone, 127 for 6. Very, very important over that Saina has delivered. What a spell. 4 overs gone, 21 for 1. And look at this for the wickets that's fallen in. Good catching from the Hubli Tigers. First up, yeah, Sneha was good. Then this was again a forced shot. Got it shot third. And Lavanya, yeah, this is something that she'll be really disappointed with. Another good catch running behind. Lavanya Chalana should have been there. And then Vrinda Dinesh comes along to bowl. Mix up, huge mix up. And even though the collection was not right, she regained herself and inflicted that run out. And Pratyusha Chaluru had to go for this one. And then this happened, chasing outside the off stump. The catching has been top notch from Vrinda Dinesh. But then after that, yeah, this one, there. Probably some rough patch the ball has definitely landed into.
Yep. Priya Chavan coming in to bowl the first over of the death overs. Had a decent outing so far. 2 overs, 15 runs.
Yeah, slow delivery to begin with. I think this is the right time for her also to get some confidence back. 2 new batters.
We witnessed that catch she took early on. Running behind, never easy. Beautifully judged catch. And nice to see that the skipper has given her the ball, showing that she has trust in her, faith in her.
And that's why I'm so impressed with Vrinda Dinesh as well, isn't it? Because she's not taken her off completely, even though she was expensive in the first over and then even in the previous match. Fuller in length, gaining confidence for sure here, Priya Chavan. And I don't think so now. They're looking at somewhere around 150 or 160. Yeah, right up there in the block hole. Good length. Almost inside the crease on that occasion.
Yeah, no footwork there from Ananya Hegde. Which is why she was able to york that.
Slower again, up in the air. This should be easy. Gone. Taken at shot third. And I think the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters have just given some good catching practice here for the Hubli Tigers defense. Oh, this is perfect.
Similar delivery here from Priya Chavan. And again, slightly wider, no footwork. She tries to slash that and finds the fielder at third man.
Yeah, that short third fielder was so precisely placed just to stop a single. But then again, we were hoping for Ananya Hegde to come out good. Again, Silken Patel, she's made catching look so easy this afternoon. 128 for 7 now. I'm happy to see Priya Chavan in the mix of wickets.
Yeah, that'll build a lot of confidence for her. And not just in today's game, but the next game, which will be played in a couple of days. Very, very important and crucial for her to continue, get a victory, get that W next to your name. That race is still on for the Maharani Trophy final.
Yeah, today's winner will go on top of the points table. Namita D'Souza in at number 9. Slow delivery, bowled, gone! Priya Chavan shows the heart symbol and says, yes, this is exactly what I love doing. Slow off cutter, Namita D'Souza completely flummoxed. Just did not realize where that ball sneaked in through from. Has to walk back. First ball, bowled.
Yeah, nice off cutter here. Namita D'Souza thought the ball is going to be slightly quicker on that occasion, but beautiful off-cutter there from Priya Chavan. This is exactly what we know what she's capable of.
And that celebration showed that she's going stronger and stronger with her rhythm and run-up. Yeah. Lovely to see that Priya Chavan's back in the mix, back in the hunt. And kudos once again to Vrinda Dinesh for keeping that faith in her, keeping that confidence in her. And she's given good result to her captain. 2 wickets back-to-back on a hat-trick.
Kavya making her debut in this Maharani Trophy. Along with Karnika Karthik, she needs to continue, play a few balls, try and get as many boundaries as they can, get to 140, 145 from here.
I would have loved another close-in fielder, at least mid-on up in the ring. Right, hat-trick ball coming up. Like I said, see, the mid-on fielder up in the ring would have actually stopped that single to get through. Kavya, first runs of the season, 2026 of the Maharani Trophy.
Yeah, she was going for that Yorker. Slightly fuller there on that occasion. And Kavya manages to play that towards long on. Yeah, how impressive has Priya Chavan been in this over.
And look at the story when we spoke of her first over in the previous match. I still remember we were discussing the fact that why was Priya Chavan brought back after the first spell being costly. That did cost the match to the Hubli Tigers, but then look at today. Good turnaround. 17 gone, 130 for 8. And I always love the situations where the players make we, the storytellers on the microphone, bite our own words, isn't it?
Yeah, Priya Chavan is saying the comeback is always going to be greater than the setback. And she's proved us all wrong. Bowling those wonderful lengths, that off-cutter, a couple of variations. She's very, very gifted bowler there.
Yeah, no gifts from the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters in that batting lineup. Lavanya Chalana was really good again, but she should have carried on. Now we've been really singing praises of what she can do. But Mithila Vinod was one match winner. And then Chandasi and Lavanya Chalana, Mithila Vinod, all three should have contributed. And somewhere I feel that the top order for the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters have not fired yet to their true potential. As Monica Patel comes back to her second spell, another end change for her. She started off from the Rahul Dravid end, then for the second over she came back to Anil Kumble end, and now she's gone back to the Rahul Dravid end around the stumps. Slow ball to start off with. So many end changes really signifies that Monica Patel today is struggling.
Maybe Vrinda Dinesh has a strategy here as well, like she's been shuffling her bowlers all afternoon. Thinks that Monica Patel can try and get a breakthrough from the other end.
I think the slow delivery is the go-to delivery now, because we've seen what Priya Chavan is executed. She's got good result. Monica starts off with a slow one, first one. Another off-cutter. Yeah, still they will steal a single, yes, but and that's the go-to delivery now. I think Monica has been forced to bowl that because her stock delivery, as we know, is the ball that comes back into the right-hander, or that one when she's bowling over the wicket which leaves the right-hander outside off.
Yeah, now she'll look to bowl those variation deliveries. Maybe some cutters, maybe some fuller in that block hole. You know she's capable of doing that. We've seen that earlier in the Maharani Trophy as well.
Yeah, 2 slow ones, back-to-back. And what that does is gives you the cushion to have fielders only in front of the square, not behind. Another slow delivery. Straight to short extra. Chance of a run out if she had gone to the bowler's end. She went to the far end. Would have been easier because Monica was right there. There is the disappointment.
Yeah, the fielder Divya Nyanananda. Good collection there from her, but aiming at the striker's end. Yeah, she was trying to hit that cover region, and good collection there, but she would have been in trouble had she aimed at the non-striker's end.
Yeah, because even Monica was right there to collect the ball. Divya Ganananda should have just thought about that one. Trying to slog it away. Oh, misfield. Probably she got a bad turn, but still, they will get an extra run for that one. That shot fine. Might be. There's that extra spin that was there on the ball for Rameshwari Gaikwad when it landed.
Yeah, Karnika Karthik trying and playing a couple of innovative shots here. They need to get a move on, try and motor along in this innings. Try and get to 150 from here. Will be very, very crucial for the Bengaluru Blasters.
Yeah, she's walking into the shot. She knows it's a slow ball coming out. Another slow delivery. Oh, Monica Patel. Is she struggling? But the batter's struggling even before her. Right, it's a run out. Monica Patel does not look good with the hand. Yeah, there you go. It's probably hit her real bad on her bowling arms. They're calling it out for the physio. But I think the run out has been inflicted as well. Good throw to the keeper end.
Yeah, Monica Patel, good delivery there. Hits it straight back. Karnika Karthik and good pick up there from Divya Nanda. Good throw, good collect. And Pratyusha then dislodging the bails.
Kavya's debut doesn't last long. Just a 2 delivery innings. Nice half stop. We were all wondering what happened to Monica, but then Divya Ganananda this time going to the keeper end was right. And Kavya was struggling. Run out. Oh, 150 looks really far. As there's that magic spray that's been sprayed on. And as we all know, magic stays until the time the spray stays.
Yeah, she's a tough cookie, Monica Patel. We saw that a couple of nights ago. She was struggling with her back a couple of nights ago, but we know what she's capable of. She's very, very tough out there on the field.
And that's why she wants to bowl the last ball of that third over as well. The physio came on. It's just a magic spray that's been sprayed on, which numbs the pain that goes to the brain and sends the signal saying, yeah, listen, that's a little bit of a injury. Like I said, it stays on until the spray is on. But last wicket, number 11 in for the Blasters. And now she goes back to that seam up delivery. Good start and good end to the over as well. 18 gone, 134 for 9.
Priya Chavan back into the attack. What a beautiful over she's had, the last one.
And she's in to bowl the 19th over. That shows she's really turned things around from the previous couple of games. When you have a 19th over in your kitty and the confidence that the captain is going to give you to bowl the 19th over shows what a good bowler you've been. And let's look at that running between the wickets here. She was going back. Kavya was going back when the ball hit Monica Patel. It was a dual decision that actually cost her the wicket.
Yeah, interesting point you brought up there, that the skipper Vrinda Dinesh going back to Priya Chavan for that penultimate over.
Up in the air. Has she cleared mid-wicket? Yes, she has. By a good margin. Karnika Karthik says, yes, 150 is still on until I am on.
Yeah, just slightly short of length here from Priya Chavan, and Karnika Karthik gets on top of that beautifully. Hits that for a cycle pure Agarbatti maximum over deep mid-wicket.
She's better off bowling those slow off-cutters, isn't it? She bowled that length ball into the body, got hit. Now she goes back to the off-cutter, has to wait, but will clear mid-wicket once again. Karnika Karthik, another 6. back-to-back sixes, and this time, even though it was a slow delivery, it's that length ball.
Yeah, similar length on this occasion from Priya Chavan. Little short, and she rocks back and hits that beautifully over that deep mid-wicket fielder.
Small adjustment. And now the quicker delivery that's been squeezed off. Between point and backward of point. Boundary again. 150 up for the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. 1 over can change things around, and Priya Chavan is now feeling the heat of the 19th.
Yeah, fuller and wide on this occasion here from Priya Chavan. And Karnika Karthik beautifully placing that over that short third and square leg fielder. Beg your pardon, point fielder.
And last minute that she dug it out really well. Perfect Yorker in the air and gone, is it? They're appealing for the catch. And umpire says, no, it's a bum ball, don't worry. Everybody were up in the air. Silken also behind the stumps. Pratyusha supported for the catch. Priya is still asking, was that a catch? No, Priya, it was not. It was a bum ball. Length was perfect. York, and there you go. Before it reached Silken, it had a bounce before. Yeah, there. The appeal was there for sure. But how many times we've changed our story, isn't it, about Priya Chavan? Slow ball. No signal from the square leg umpire. So that means it's a legal delivery. Costly 19th over. 19 gone. 151 for 9. And to face the 20th, yeah, Kanika Karthik will be on strike. What a good turnaround. But like I said, we've changed our story so much against Priya Chavan. With Priya Chavan, it's been a rock and roll sort of situation for her in this spell.
Very, very interesting in how she comes back stronger in that next game. But for now, Monica Patel coming to bowl the last over. Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters 151 for 9. Karnika Karthik must be looking at 160, 165 from here.
First couple of deliveries will tell us if it's a slow one. The paddle is out! But not much of a timing on that ball, but the ball will beat the fielder to deep third. Boundary to begin with. Yeah, now definitely 165 is purely on.
Yeah, a scoop here from Karnika Karthik. And the chase was on by Silken, but eventually the ball wins that race.
Good thinking. She knew it will be a slower delivery. And that's exactly why she was ready with that shot. Shot fine, shot third, still up in the ring. Nicely blasted away. She will only get a 1. Hubli Tigers will be happy to bowl to Ritu than Karnika. Will there be any attempts to stop that single? Will there be Vrinda Dinesh trying to bring up mid-on, up in the ring? There she is. We have still long on. Nikki P is out there. And she has to come out and bat strong.
Ritu Gowda will need to take a single here, give that strike back to Karnika Karthik, who's been absolutely on song this afternoon.
And also she's moved the short covers to deep covers. Why? Cut down that single is now what you should be thinking. Is Vrinda. And nevertheless, it's made, I think, life easy now for Ritu to just knock it around and get that single. That's all. Bengaluru Blasters will be happy with this.
Yeah, Monica Patel has 3 boundary riders on the leg side. She's got a long on, a deep mid-wicket and a deep square. And 1 fielder in the deep and the offside at sweeper.
And interestingly, that sweeper cover comes into short covers for Karnika Karthik. Priya Chavan's there on the boundary at deep mid-wicket. No timing, slow ball. She does not take the single. Rightfully so, rightfully so. Good decision from Karnika to face the last 2 deliveries.
Yeah, she'll be looking to get a couple of boundaries here. 157 for 9. Last 2 deliveries to go. Karnika Karthik will be looking for those 8 or 10 runs from here on out.
Yeah, if it's 10, then I think Hubli Tigers will be really disappointed. Last 2 overs have cost them. Before the 19th, yeah, we were thinking 165 is definitely tough, but the couple of sixes in Priya Chavan's is over. Made it true. Stepping down, but cannot clear the field. Doesn't take the single. Two very, very amazing deliveries here from the veteran, Monica Patel. She knows the situation. She's been there. She's done it. And she's doing it again.
Yeah, full toss there from Monica Patel, but manages to get away with that one. Karnika Karthik will need to go big here in this last delivery.
Has to. Last ball. This has to go to the boundary for the Blasters. Doesn't find the gap. Single only. What fantastic death bowling in the 20th over. She's disappointed for sure. As Karnika Karthik. She could not manage a boundary in the last over at all. And the last three deliveries, just one run. So 165 is definitely not been achieved. And it's all courtesy Monica Patel's good last over. See, that bowling figures might suggest that she's very costly today, 4 overs 33. But I'll tell you what, the last over, she was right on the money. She was really there. Did not concede a boundary. That is the most important thing.
Yeah, what a veteran of a player she is, isn't she, Monica Patel? The Hubli Tigers now will need 159 of these 20 overs. There's the bat. Have a look at the batting card. Rachita started off well, 37 of 35. Inchara got out quite early, 4 of 5. Chandasi, bit of a cameo here, 26 of 23. And Lavanya Chalana, she was looking good, 28 of 19. But that catch of Silken, what a wonderful catch that was. Mithala Vinod, 9 of 7. Pratyusha Chaluru, 11 of 4. She was looking good, but unfortunate the way she got out. Karnika Karthik, 30 of 19. What a cameo she's had tonight. And Ritu Gowda, 1 of just 2 deliveries.
Karnika Karthik really trying to do well for herself. But yeah, Priya Chavan again in the spotlight. She was good with a couple of wickets, but the 19th over she gave away 17 runs. That was a bit of a momentum. But Shreya Pote, 3 wickets and 32 runs in her 3 wickets. But very important, the chase now, that'll really give us who will go on top of the points table, because Hubli Tigers are on second with 4 points and the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters right now are on top. But this is what happened in the first innings. It started off pretty well. No problems with Inchara. But then when the wicket started to tumble, yeah, it was a real big problem. Inchara was the first one to go, and then Rachita and Chandasi got in. And some bit of a batting. Chandasi just got that little lucky edge until this happened. Good catch again from Saina Kapoor at short third. Chandasi was trying to play it across the line, trying to create a shot. Then Lavanya Chalana got promoted up the order. She came in. She did really well in terms of how she started off her innings. 19 ball, 28. Got some lusty blows out of her bat right in front of the wicket. And she favored that onside, as always she does, is Lavanya Chalana. And then that strong little partnership also came out good. And that wrong shot from Mithala Vinod. And that was another issue out there. But then still Lavanya carried on. And the run out. That is something that they did not plan for. Even though Vrunda Dinesh fumbled on that return, she regained that good course and inflicted that run out. And then some lusty blows. Outside edges. Then few flew towards straight down the ground. And that slow delivery. Then it all started to go really in the favor of Hubli Tigers. Good catch again from Vrunda Dinesh to dismiss Pratyusha. Because the captain would have been really disappointed with the way she got out. Outside edge, straight to short third, as Silken again has made that a good habit. And then Priya Chavan came along. This was the 17th over, and then the run out as she was going back after the ball was hit to Monica Patel. But the 19th over, a couple of big blows from Karnika Karthik. Couple of sixes, and that boundary earned 17 runs. And the 20th over first ball was paddled away beautifully well behind on that third fielder region. But that's it. Last 3 deliveries, just that 1 run was conceded. And that is why Hubli Tigers will only need 159 to win. And we will resume pretty soon after this little break to see how Hubli Tigers chase this down, or will the Kalyani Blasters defend this one.
Welcome back. This is the Maharani Trophy KSCA T20. The Kalyani Blasters, Bengaluru taking on the Hubli Tigers. Winning the toss, electing to field. Not many contributions. Rachita Hatwar at the top, 37, 26 of 23 from Chandasi. Lavanya, a small cameo, 28. But a masterclass from Karnika Karthik, 30 of 19 in the end. Propelled the Bengaluru Blasters to 158 for 9 at the end of 20 overs. At one point in time, they were struggling at the end of 17 overs at 138. Pretty bowling card. 3 for 32 for Shreya. 1 for 21 Saina Kapoor. 1 wicket for Rameshwari. Priya Chawan, a touch expensive, 2 for 35. Disappointing was Monika Patel again. 4 overs for 33. 9 extras in the 20 overs. 158 for 9 were the Hubli Tigers. And this is the points table. It's just got neck and neck. The Blasters at 4. 4 each for the Hubli, Mysuru Warriors and the Mystics. It's just the NRRR that's separated them. All in positive, excepting the Mysuru Warriors at minus 0.339 and minus 0.434 is the Mystics. So the team which wins today will comfortably sit on the top. And we are at the business end of this tournament. Can the tournament get any better and any interesting than this? To join me in the first 5 overs, it will be Param. Param, welcome.
Good afternoon, and good afternoon to all our viewers. Yeah, tournament is going to get very, very interesting from here on out. Each team after tonight only has one more game to play. And that race to the final, the all-important final on this weekend is it's going to be interesting to see who makes it.
The weather certainly cooled down in Bengaluru, and we've had sharp showers and absolutely brilliant weather, like typical English conditions for a game of cricket. Perfect settings at the M. Chinnaswamy Stadium. And this is our own Maharani Trophy, the second edition run by the KSCA T20 2026. 4 teams on picture this time around. And certain fascinating games of cricket we've had. Low scores being defended and some low scores being chased on comfortably. A run feast wherein we saw 176 being chased on comfortably. And Hubli Tigers confidently, the captain said we're going to bowl first, try to restrict them. Would be pretty happy with the way they went about the job with the ball. But Pratyusha and Vrinda, 2 experienced batters, they've seen it all before. They'll be against Karnika Karthik, whose tails will be up. What a cameo she played towards the end.
Yeah, what a cameo indeed, and how impressive she's been with the ball this entire tournament. She's picked up 7 wickets in her 4 matches. She's been very, very good on the money from ball go.
Plays the call. A false starter. The umpire still waiting for the confirmation from the director. All is set. What looks like interesting and a fascinating chase. Karnika Karthik to start proceedings from the Rahul Dravid end. Starts well. Shot third. Cover point. Backward point. Extra cover mid-off. And a square third man on the deep. A fielder, a position difficult to describe, right in front of deep mid-wicket. The boundary rider. 45 inside the circle on the leg and a mid-on. Packed offside field. Lengths have to be off and around the off stump. There's the power play. Just 2 fielders outside the circle. It's Karnika Karthik. Pulled well, finds the gap. Comfortable boundary to start with. It's Pratyusha. She's there right at the beginning and she's got a start on. The first Kalyani motor boundary from the blade of Pratyusha and for the Hubli Tigers.
Yeah, little shot here on this occasion from Karnika Karthik. Gets on top of that beautifully. Pulls that towards that deep wicket, mid-wicket region. And gets 4 runs in her kitty.
No second invitation. Huge gaps on the leg side. Anything on the stumps will be punished through the leg side. That's the line which Karnika would be looking to operate. Margin for error on this pitch, which looks a belter, is minuscule for this bowlers.
We spoke about big numbers being chased. The other night, Gulbarga Mystics posting 186. Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters almost able to get to that finish line, just losing by 2 runs. What a chase that was.
believe it took them a solid 2 days to figure out how they needed to go out on the surface. But that was what happened on pitch number 5. 1, 3 and 5. We've used pitch number 8, wherein out of the 6 games, the other 4 games we've seen, 3 have been won by teams which have batted first, and they've defended comfortably. And especially the Mysuru Warriors defended a low score of 125 and restricted Bengaluru Blasters to 115. There was one chase wherein the team batting second won by a margin of 9. So I was wondering at the toss what the decision would be, but Vrinda was pretty clear. She said, we'll have a bowl first. And maybe, yes, half happy she would have been, but a tricky chase, not an easy one. 8 runs per over, not easy. And it all depends on how they start this power play.
Well, interesting choice there from Vrinda, but she mentioned something very interesting, that she wants to see the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters bat first. She knows that they're good at chasing. She wants to put them under pressure, and they've set a total of 158.
Over the top, high and handsome, and it clears the extra cover fence. What a way to finish the over and start her innings, Vrinda Dinesh. The first cycle pure maximum from the blade of the skipper. Over number 1 completed, 11 without loss are Hubli Tigers.
Karnika Karthik slightly fuller and wide on this occasion, just opening that leg and hitting it over the cover fielder there, and beautiful timing that from Vrinda Dinesh.
Confidence personified. Start has been excellent. Both the batters in their last outing got to half centuries, and Vrinda Dinesh remained unbeaten and carried her team through. The captain shouldering all the responsibility. They've straight away come out with an intent, and they've been out there for 20 overs and they've seen how the surface has behaved. And it's going to be Namita D'Souza to start proceedings. The second over from the Anil Kumble end. And she's up against 2 dangerous batters who can just take the game away with a wink of the eyelid.
Yeah, what an opening partnership they had in that previous outing. Both the batters getting to 72. Vrinda Dinesh being the player of the match, rather the Maharani of the match in that previous outing. What a knock she had.
Also the highest partnership, 135. Shot, pulled well once again in front of square. Absolutely no chance for the fielders. Starts once again with a boundary. And Namita D'Souza straight away under pressure. Second boundary for Pratyusha.
Yeah, Namita shot, and Pratyusha not going to miss out on that. Beautifully timed. No fielder there at deep square.
No second invitation needed. Shot fine mid-on are the 2 fielders within the circle and a deep mid-wicket. Empty and huge spaces on the leg side. Once again on the pads, and lucky this time around. Namita is darting the ball into the batter. Needs to reassess and get her lines quickly assessed. She's somebody who gets the ball back into the right-hander. And she's got a packed offside field, 6 on the off. So her lengths have to be not on off stump, maybe a touch 5th, 6th off stump, and get it back into the batter. Disappointed Pratyusha would be.
Yeah, right line and right length here from Namita D'Souza. This is what she'll be looking to do. Just getting that ball coming into the right-hander. Quick adjustment here from Namita.
Excellent comeback, and she knows any width on offer. It just beats the inner ring. It's going to race away to the boundary on this carpeted, lightning fast outfield. Excellent work done by the ground staff here. Width on offer, disappointed would be Pratyusha. Namita lucky enough to get away. True, we've had bouts of rain, and we had a welcome break yesterday. The ground staff would have worked again, cut the grass finally, and the pitch is on offer, and the outfield has been lightning fast, and it's been a feast. People who walked in to watch the games here have had a treat, and what a show it's been by these girls out here. Once again, pick up shot high in the air. Has it got the legs? Yes. just trickles over. The fielder just is a spectator there. Yet another boundary, the second one in the over for Pratyusha.
Yeah, shot again. This time from Namita D'Souza, and Pratyusha not going to miss out on that. Goes aerial and a couple of bounces into the fence.
Clarity of thought in execution. Just picks it up from outside the off stump. She knows there's no fielder manning the boundary there. Mithila Vinod just escorts the ball into the boundary. Last ball coming up for Namita D'Souza. Will be looking for a strong finish. Comes back well. This is the line she needs to look at. Over number 2 done. Hubli Tigers chasing 159 are off to a rollicking start, 19 without loss. The Tigers are roaring. 2 overs done, 19 without loss. 2 fours and a maximum. 2 fours from Pratyusha and a maximum from Vrinda Dinesh. They are on. The intent is clear. The mindset is on. They know how important this power play is. And straight away, they'll put the pressure back on the bowling side. Karnika Karthik returns for her second. Touch expensive in the first over. 11 coming off it. She'll look to make amends. Walks into that shot. Clips it down the leg. Excellent communication. The understanding between these two batters have been fantastic. Straight away the call was 2. And no hesitation for Vrinda. Trusts the partner and gets back comfortably for a 2.
Spoke about the quality on display we've seen so far in this Maharani Trophy. Not just the cricket, but also in terms of the grounds. Here at the M. Chinnaswamy Stadium, a curator and a groundsman, they've been working hard.
Over the top, off the back foot, over mid-off. This time around, Vrinda. The timing, the execution, the elevation, the distance. Another Kalyani motor boundary for the skipper Vrinda Dinesh.
Yeah, short and wide and hits that over the mid-off fielder. 1 bounce and into the fence. He's got all the time in the world, has Vrinda Dinesh.
The key to the shot was using the depth of the crease, not trying to overhit the ball. Relied on timing. And she knew once she cleared the fielder at mid-off, it was all the way to the boundary. 2 and 4 to start. Karnika under pressure. Full ball. Misses out and certainly Vrinda would be disappointed. Yeah, this is an iconic stadium, an international stadium where we expect everything to be spot on. And a lot of things redone here. And always the KSCA has been pioneers in many things. For people who are watching this, we got the solar roof done the first time around. The power being returned back to the grid, which is distributed to hundreds of households. We've got the sub-air system. We were the first one to get it done. Innovation is second skin for the KSCA. It's just a matter of time. We're going to have refurbishing of the stadium done. It's going to get a new look. The seating capacity is going to get that much bigger. A touch disappointed that we missed out on the playoffs for the IPL, which certainly could be happening the next year. So it's such a great opportunity for these girls to play in this stadium, which has got a lot of history.
Not to forget the new LED lights. Girls are playing under the new lights. An opportunity for them.
Driven handsomely. Stand and deliver. No fielder did move on that. Timing exquisite. And gap was split with precision. This time it's Pratyusha. Another Kalyani motor boundary.
Yeah, slightly full here. And beautifully timed that from Pratyusha. Hitting that gap between cover and mid-off. Goes for a beautiful boundary there.
You can say it was nonchalance personified. She just drove the ball, put her head down and started marking a guard. Disdainful, you can say. Karnika Karthik has conceded 2 boundaries in this over. Disappointed would be. Short ball to finish. 11 of this over. 2 overs for 22. Karnika Karthik has looked expensive. 30 without loss at the end of 3 are the Hubli Tigers. Set a target of 159. Pratyusha and Vrinda know the importance of this power play, and we always mention about one set batter in the top three to carry on. Whenever we've seen that, we saw 100 from Shubha Satish, the first 100 of the Maharani Trophy, followed the same night. It was day before. Roshni Kiran batted through and got a brilliant 100. And the same night it was Vrinda who batted through in the chase and got 72 not out to carry her team across. So I think these girls are quick learners, and certainly one of these two would be more than happy to bat through the innings to ensure they help Hubli cross the line. If they are able to do that comfortably, one of the sides which cross the line would be sitting on top of the table. Straight away change. Ritu Gowda within the power play, the off spinner. Tough times, 5 inside the circle on the off. No margin for error. 2 boundary riders on the leg. Deep mid wicket and a long on. Pressure on Ritu Gowda now. High over, extra cover on the back foot. Just one bounce, couple of yards within the boundary. Power, timing, brilliant on that occasion from Vrinda Dinesh, the skipper.
Yeah, short and wide from Ritu Gowda, and good use of the crease there. Goes back and hits that over the cover fielder. Just falling short of the ropes, and another boundary there for the Hubli Tigers.
Straight away we see the cover point fielder move to sweep a cover, and the long on coming into mid-on. Tough conditions within the power play for an off-spinner to bowl to a batter who can play 360. Clarity of thought. Her mind was clear that she wanted to go up and over, and nobody manning the boundary. Vrinda will target downtown if anything is up. Straight away goes for it. Bottom edge. And the mid-on fielder pulls off a brilliant catch. The move of getting the long on inside forces Vrinda Dinesh to fetch that from outside the off, go over long on, manages to get the bottom of the bat, and a good running catch. Certainly the skipper would be disappointed, but Ritu Gowda does the job for the Bengaluru Blasters. First wicket down for the Hubli Tigers.
Yeah, Ritu Gowda slightly wideish there. She had to reach for the ball, and Inchara not taking her eyes off the ball. Wonderful catch there. Very, very important wicket here for the Hubli Tigers. Vrinda Dinesh will now have to walk back.
Disappointed the skipper will be 34 for 1, the Hubli Tigers. This brings in another informed batter who's been on song in this tournament, Nikki Prasad. What a tournament she's had. The change in field, and it did work for the skipper, keeping the ball wide off the off stump, away from the hitting zone of Vrinda Dinesh. We just spoke about, will she be targeting downtown and try to target the long on long off boundary, which she did do, but nevertheless the bowler had the last laugh. Ritu Gowda getting into a tough time to bowl within the power play. She'll be happy now to bowl to Nikki Prasad, the new batter. Predictable lines with the field she's got. Outside off is going to be the line.
And she's bowling to her field, slightly wider there, and not giving away too much. Very, very crucial here for Ritu Gowda to continue on after that wicket.
Word of encouragement from a skipper who's standing at mid-off, Pratyusha. Has to re-bowl that. Very important for a senior pro and the skipper, either standing at mid-off or mid-on to egg on the youngster. Ritu Gowda with her off-spinners. She's had a good tournament. In fact, all the off-spinners who bowled, which we always talk about a rarity, have had good field days in this tournament. Goes down on one knee, clears the cow corner with ease. She's left off from where she was in the last innings. A cycle pure maximum for Nikki Prasad.
Yeah, a little fuller here on this occasion from Ritu Gowda in the arc, and clears that beautifully. Nikki Prasad, very, very crucial player this for the Hubli Tigers. She will have to carry on along with Pratyusha.
In the arc, out of the park, Nikki says. Once again, driven. Power was on, but couldn't split the field. Finishes the over with a dot. Ritu Gowda and a wicket to boot. 41 for 1 at the end of 4 are Hubli Tigers. Pratyusha 17 of 12, the lone wicket to fall. Vrinda Dinesh caught brilliantly by Inchara off the bowling of Ritu Gowda for 17. Nikki Prasad walks in straight away on the second ball. Down on one knee, launches it over cow corner. What a way to start, and that shows the sort of confidence she's got in her, self-belief, the form she's been in. No wonder. Is she holding on to the orange cap? No? I think she's going to get close to that tonight. By the end of this game, maybe if she gets past that, she's in for it. Slow, no pace, but walks across a ramp. Does the ball have the legs? Chases on, but just beats the fielder. Pratyusha into the attack straight away. Pratyusha. K welcomes Pratyusha C with the Kalyani Motors boundary.
Yeah, a full toss delivery here from Pratyusha Chaluru, and Pratyusha K is not going to miss out on that. Scoops that, rather cheeky, and goes towards that fine leg region for a boundary.
That brings a huge smile on the face of my good friend who's going to take over the next 5 overs. No prizes for guessing. The scoops, the dill scoops, the ramps, the reverse, the order of T20 cricket. Pulls back the length. Smart cricketer and a canny operator Pratyusha is. She uses the carom ball. She bowls the odd off break. Pace off, pace on delivery. Keeps the batter guessing. And at times what I feel is she just tries to get too far ahead of the game, especially in terms of batting, which was her undoing on a couple of occasions. Reverse sweep, and today, at the time wherein she was looking really good, just got a few notches ahead of the game, which was her undoing. Certainly with her experience, she's going to come back stronger. Nice and slow, and rotation of strike, not allowing the dot balls to creep in. And certainly on course, so far Hubli Tigers are in a chase of 159.
Yeah, they look good in this power play. 47 for 1, 4.3 overs. In the driver's seat at the moment are the Hubli Tigers.
Has to re-bowl that one, and the keeper doesn't get hold of it. Welcome Ranja. It's a Kalyani motor boundary, but not off the bat. Wide, 4+1, 5 bonus runs. And certainly the skipper will not be happy either with her bowling nor the keeper's effort. With that boundary, the Hubli Tigers get to 50.
Yeah, wider on this occasion. And the keeper there tried hard, but goes through her legs. Pratyusha will have to adjust that length, will have to adjust that line.
Excellent timing, the sound of the ball hitting the bat. Could just get that on the stump mic. Looking in fine fettle, Pratyusha is maneuvering the bowling, using the open spaces. Somebody who's looked in fine touch in this edition of the Maharani Trophy. Task on hand for the skipper. Pulls, finds the gap. Will the fielder get there? No. Another boundary this time around for Nikki P. Kalyani motor boundary. Picks the gap, timing good on it. Picks the open spaces on the leg side.
Yeah, again short on this occasion from Pratyusha Chaluru, and Nikki Prasad not going to miss out on that. Times that to perfection, hits that gap, and Mithila Vinod couldn't get there on time.
Expensive first over, 16 of it. Last ball coming up. Uses her feet, flick off the wrist, finishes off in style. Elegance personified. Second boundary in this over for Nikki Prasad. 5 done. The Hubli Tigers motoring along at 61 for the loss of 1. The next 5 overs, it will be Naveen and Vikram.
Thank you, Srinath. Thank you, Param. Yeah, happy to be back with Vikram. First time today. Yeah, good afternoon, Vikram.
Thank you, Naveen. I hope you enjoy what's going to be probably another edge of the seat thriller.
Would have been sit back and enjoy sort of a thriller for the Hubli Tigers if Vinda Dinesh would have continued. But yeah, because of her wicket, it is now definitely boiling down to the edge of the seat. Because she had got a good start, Vinda Dinesh. Good stop, but shots, covers. They will come back for the second run. 9 balls, 17. And I wonder what happened. She went for that big rash shot. Good catch, very good catch from Inchara to dismiss the batter, dismiss the captain. But yeah, apart from that wicket, it's all been the Hubli Tigers. Completely in control. And I think the required run rate is not too much, so they're not going to take undue risks.
Well, the Hubli Tigers give the impression of really relying on the top half of their order, batting order. So that is why I sense that with 2 more wickets going down could be edge of the seat thriller. Otherwise, you're right, they do seem to be right on the hunt and with no real problems.
That means the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters need wickets. And they can't be having their off spinners against 2 set right-hand batters. They'll have to go in. They'll have to try and understand that Pratyusha has bowled good from the other end. But that previous over was costly from her. 20 runs. The 5th over in the power play. That's why this last over of the power play has been very smoothly handled. And no problems whatsoever as the lights take shape for the first time today. Quite early, 4:10.
He also typically Vrinda was really going strong, finding her feet there, and then at such times when you've got 2 big hits coming or 3 big hits coming, you do sense a wicket goes down, which is exactly what happened with the Hubli Tigers.
Big shot again, over long on, 6, length ball, and Nikki P dismisses that in style. Big one to finish, and like I said, Ritu Gowda off spinner was just bowling into the arc for Nikki P.
Ritu Gowda, the more conventional off-break bowler. Just a trifle shot, and Nikki, who's a big weight lifter, is what I hear, just sending it over the fence. Yeah, she deadlifts a lot.
Another costly over this for the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. End of the power play, 73 for 1. It's a massive beginning for this run chase. I mentioned deadlifts. Yeah, for the fast bowler, where the shoulder and the back becomes really important. For the off spinner, yeah, the wrists and the shoulders as well. As the power play completely belong to the Hubli Tigers, but this 1 wicket, Vinda Dinesh trying to force things and go over the top. That was the only laugh that the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters have got. Top edging, 1 good catch, good running catch from mid-on towards that long on direction. But apart from that, it's all been Pratyusha and Nikki P, 2 strong batters in the middle, especially Nikki Prasad. 9 ball, 23. She's hammered her way through. And nicely walks into the shot. Mithila Vinod into the attack. Wonder why was Mithila Vinod not brought in the power play. A very good bowler to have.
It seems to me that the Bengaluru Blasters relying heavily upon Karnika to deliver the goods there, and they can't seem to hold Namita back with she is a fast bowler. They want to probably use her straight away.
I would have really gone for Mithila Vinod from the Anil Kumble end, where Ritu Gowda was, of course, a little costlier in the previous over. That's in the gap towards deep mid-wicket. Boundary, nobody behind. Sweet timing, that's all from Pratyusha, and it is another Kalyani Motors boundary for the Hubli Tigers.
Marginally shot there from Mithila, and that ball dispatched easily to that mid-wicket fence.
And also, that 4 fielders outside the ring, you have one at cow corner. With, I guess, Mithila's space, you'll need to have that mid-wicket a little more squarer than finer. Because when you have Pratyusha who uses her bottom hand really well, you don't have to have fielders so much in front of square, isn't it? That ball exactly went on the square towards that deep mid-wicket region, square leg region.
It's time also today for Divya Gnanananda to be ready for to provide something special to show that she also can step up to the plate.
Oh, that'll be interesting, because the other bowlers have gone for runs. And you have that one risky shot in the over, and that's it. The other is going to be just taking that ones into twos, just rotating strike and everything. It's going to be the plan for the Hubli Tigers. But mind you, this is the big match to climb to the top of the table in the points. But I want to have that discussion with you here. It's a very happy sight, because each teams have played 4 matches. That means everybody are on 4 points. And this is probably the mid portion of the Maharani Trophy 2026. And nice to see all 4 teams have a chance to play the finals.
Correct. It's at this stage that the team which steps its foot forward first will just feel they have a hold on that slot in the final. And this is an important match. And as you've seen, some team changes also to ensure that they play their best 11 and perhaps in the best order, batting or bowling.
I think Hubli Tigers have got an answer today in their batting lineup. Good timing, but still just the one. Good over again for the Hubli Tigers. 7 gone, 82 for 1. But really, my thought goes out here for Ananya Hegde, where you need to go ahead and keep performing. You've got that chance with the bat, and today if she would have just stepped up to the occasion, you never know, you would have really had so many praises coming out for her.
Yeah, well, it's all situational, and I'm sure she did what was possible in that time. Don't forget, the Hubli Tigers are very wily operators when they're on the field. Vrinda has a lot of experience, and she pulls that out in crucial games to set the field accordingly. She knows everybody's strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah, totally. And very important that the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters can hold on to this kind of start that they need to just turn around. Much more interesting that if they can just pick a wicket from here on in. Ananya Hegde comes into the attack. That's the reason why we were talking of Ananya Hegde as well. Most important for her to deliver in the ball. And in the commentary box, it's a very happy occasion for us to have Neetu David, who was there in the selection committee as well, heading it. And the rain has just kind of come down. It's not a heavy one, I suppose, but no, the umpires called it for the covers to come in, and we'll get some more time to hear from Neetu David. Good evening, Neetu. Hope you're doing well.
हाय बारिश हो गई कवर्स आ गए हैं आई होप ये ज़्यादा देर तक नहीं होगा ये और वापस हम एक्शन में आएंगे
बिल्कुल आनी भी चाहिए क्योंकि बहुत ही स्ट्रॉन्ग पारी खेल रही हैं यहाँ पर प्रत्युषा और निकी प्रसाद। लेकिन आपसे पूछना चाहते हैं कि हम ये महारानी ट्रॉफी 2026 जब आप देख रहे हो, मैंने कल्पना जी से भी और श्रीनिवास मूर्ति जी से भी बात कर रहे थे कि 4-4 मैच खेल चुके हैं, और विक्रम जी भी बात कर रहे थे इसके बारे में। 4-4 मैच हर टीम खेल चुकी है, लेकिन आपको कितनी बार वो देखने को मिली होगी कि हर टीम चारों पॉइंट पर एक ही सामान पर दिख रहे हैं आजकल, हाँ?
अगर सारी टीमें एक पॉइंट पे हैं, एक इक्वल्स में आ रहे हैं, तो इसका मतलब कॉम्पिटिटिव क्रिकेट है ये। और विमेन क्रिकेट में अगर कंपटीशन ऐसे ही रहेगा तो डेफिनेट हम बहुत अच्छे दर्शकों को बहुत अच्छा मैच देखने को मिलेगा, और गर्ल्स में भी हमारा विमेन क्रिकेट और ऊपर जाएगा।
बिल्कुल जानी भी चाहिए, और चारों फ्रेंचाइजी के लिए बहुत बड़ा मुकाम है, बहुत बड़ा मौका है कि आप जाकर फाइनल्स खेलें वहाँ पर। लेकिन आपकी 8 विकेट की पारी में बारे में हम लोग बिल्कुल बात करना चाहते हैं। यहाँ पर इंग्लैंड के खिलाफ आपने वहाँ पर जब 8 विकेट निकाले थे इंडिया के लिए, 8 for 53, तब क्या माहौल था, सिनारियो था, जब वुमेन क्रिकेट पे इतना सारा ध्यान नहीं दिया गया था दुनिया के ओर से, खासकर भारतीय वुमेन क्रिकेट के ओर से, तो आपने एक मतलब परचम लहरा दिया वहाँ पर, झंडा गाड़ दिया था वहाँ पर इंग्लैंड में।
वो इंडिया में था, कैनन स्टेडियम, और इंग्लैंड के 8 विकेट्स लेना ये मेरे लिए भी उस टाइम पे बहुत बड़ी बात थी, क्योंकि इंग्लैंड बोले तो सबसे बहुत अच्छी टीम मानी जाती है क्रिकेट में, बट हमारा टीम उस टाइम बहुत अच्छा था, बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग था, और थोड़ा कंसिस्टेंस रही हूँ मैं, और मेरे को जो कैप्टन जो बोलते थे हमें वो करना पड़ता था, तो
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल उसमें कुछ चिंता नहीं है, क्योंकि अभी अगर बारिश भी थोड़ा ज़्यादा पड़ रही है तो हमको वीजेडी मेथड के बारे में बात करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि जब 8वें ओवर पे हैं, पहली बॉल पर अगर 1 विकेट की नुकसान है तो चेज में अगर कल्याणी बेंगलुरु ब्लास्टर्स सिर्फ 47 पे होते तो जीत जाते, लेकिन बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग सिचुएशन में है आज, 83 for 1 पे हैं।
तो डेफिनेट निकी है, निकी बहुत ही सॉर्टेड है, मैंने उसको काफ़ी टाइम से फॉलो किया है, और प्रत्युषा बहुत अच्छी इनिंग बिल्ड कर रही है, तो डेफिनेट वो भी उनका अपर हैंड है।
बहुत ही बड़े अपर हैंड है, लेकिन आपकी दोस्ती के बारे में बताइए, क्योंकि कल्पना जी के साथ हो या शांता मैम के साथ हो, वो जानना चाहते हैं हम, क्योंकि ज़्यादातर इसके ऊपर हम बात नहीं कर पाते हैं, क्योंकि अब बारिश आ रहा है तो मैच के बीच में एक थोड़ी सी ब्रेक मिल गई। तो आपकी दोस्ती के बारे में बताइए, पहली बार आप लोग कब कहाँ मिले थे, याद है आपको?
जी बिल्कुल, मेरा डेब्यू था इंडिया के लिए, और शांता दी उसमें कोच थे।
ओहो।
तो आज भी मैं शांता दी से बहुत थोड़ा सा डरती हूँ, क्योंकि उनका एक अलग ही इमेज है,
वो वर्चस्व ऐसी है।
बट बहुत रिस्पेक्ट है उनके लिए, और कल्पना मैम से मैंने कभी भी बात नहीं करी थी, तो जब हमारा सिलेक्शन कमेटी जब अनाउंस हुआ, तो जब मुझे पता चला कल्पना मैम उसमें है, तो मेरे को थोड़ा सा डर था कि कभी भी बात नहीं की, और वो बहुत सीनियर है मेरे से, तो लेकिन उन्होंने मुझे बहुत सपोर्ट किया, हमने बहुत साथ में बहुत अच्छा टाइम स्पेंड किया। उन्होंने कभी भी मुझे रियलाइज़ नहीं कराया कि मैं जूनियर हूँ, उन्होंने मुझे उतना ही रिस्पेक्ट दिया, और हमने बहुत अच्छा समय हमने स्पेंड किया साथ में, बहुत।
अरे बहुत बढ़िया ये सब बातें, ये सब कहानियां सुनने के लिए। लेकिन इनिंग्स अगर हम देखे जाएं तो पूरी तरीके से हुब्बली टाइगर्स ने यहाँ पर दबदबा बना कर रखा है कल्याणी बेंगलुरु ब्लास्टर्स के खिलाफ। विकेट्स की एक कमी तो ज़रूर इधर खटकती है हुब्बली टाइगर्स की, एक जो वो पारी बनकर आ रही है बहुत अच्छी तरीके से। वृंदा दिनेश की एक ही विकेट वहाँ पर लेने में वहाँ पर सफल हुए हैं कल्याणी बेंगलुरु ब्लास्टर्स के बॉलर्स। लेकिन जब आप फ्रेंचाइजी क्रिकेट के बारे में बात करते हो, या आप विमेन फ्रेंचाइजी के क्रिकेट के बारे में खासकर अगर बात करना चाहते हो, तो मौका तो मिल रही हैं, लेकिन और ज़्यादा करने के लिए, और ज़्यादा ऊपर जाने के लिए उस मकाम पर कि WPL खेलें आप या भारत के लिए खेलें, तो हमारे कर्नाटका के लड़कियां प्लेयर्स किस मुकाम पर या किस सिचुएशन पर ध्यान ज़्यादा उनको देना चाहिए उनको?
मुझे लगता है कि कर्नाटका क्रिकेट जब हम खेलते थे तब भी कर्नाटका क्रिकेट बहुत अच्छा था, विमेन क्रिकेट बहुत अच्छा था, बहुत मोस्टली मैं रेलवे से रेलवे को रिप्रेजेंट करती थी, और जब मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम हमारा फाइनल कर्नाटका से पड़ता था, तो ऐसा नहीं मैं बोलूँगी कि उसमें क्रिकेट में कोई मतलब वो नहीं है, स्ट्रांग नहीं है, बहुत स्ट्रांग टीम है। पर और अभी सबसे अच्छी बात है, जब से ये महारानी कप स्टार्ट हुआ है और ज़्यादा प्लेयर्स आने लगे हैं। अभी जस्ट मैं इमर्जिंग का मैं कैंप ले रही हूँ COE में, वहाँ भी 2-3 गर्ल्स हैं कर्नाटका की, बट दे आर गुड, बहुत अच्छा है। तो इस तरह अगर ऐसे और ट्रॉफीज होती रहेंगी और मैचेस होते रहेंगे तो डेफिनेट कर्नाटका टीम और स्ट्रांगली ऊपर आएगी।
बिल्कुल नीतू जी, हमें ये पता है कि सीओई में सेंटर ऑफ एक्सीलेंस में जैसे पुरुष के क्रिकेट होते हैं तो वो अंडर 23 या अंडर 19 वाले जो जैसे आप बढ़ते रहते हो, भारत के लिए खेलने के लिए ज़्यादा आगे जाते रहते हो, लेकिन थोड़ी सी एक रोशनी आप वुमेंस क्रिकेट के ऊपर भी डालिए और हमें ये महसूस करवाइए कि वो सेटअप अभी कितनी नई है, कितना अच्छा वहाँ पर उभर कर आ रही है वुमेन्स क्रिकेट के मुताबिक अगर आप देखेंगे तो सीओई में।
लोग पहले कहते थे कि ये मेंस क्रिकेट है, ये मेंस का ही जोन है, बट हमारी गर्ल्स ने ये उनको रॉन्ग प्रूफ किया है। अभी जो मेंस के जो फैसिलिटीज़ मेंस को मिल रही है वही विमेन को भी मिल रही है। और ऐसा नहीं है कि यहाँ पर पूरे इंडिया से काफ़ी बहुत टैलेंटेड प्लेयर्स हैं और बहुत फिटनेस में हो, हर एक जोन में बहुत अच्छे इंस्ट्रक्टर उनके पास है, वो चाहे जिम हो, स्विमिंग पूल हो, नेट्स हो, हर एक चीज़ में बराबर उनको उतना ही फॉलो किया जा रहा है जितना मैन क्रिकेटर को करते हैं। तो इट्स अमेजिंग।
बहुत बढ़िया, यही जानना चाह रहे थे हम। और आपने बताया कि कर्नाटका क्रिकेट में इतना सारा टैलेंट है और पूरे भारत में एक अगर आप स्टैंड अलोन आप अगर फ्रेंचाइजी विमेन क्रिकेट के लिए बोलोगे कि वही है महारानी ट्रॉफी। और ऐसे अगर आप पूरी इंडिया से अगर आप बात करते हो तो आपको क्या क्या लगता है कहाँ कहाँ से टैलेंट है और कहाँ कहाँ से कर्नाटका टीम को किस टीम से ज़्यादा टक्कर हो सकती है आगे चलकर अगर आप T20 फॉर्मेट पे अगर सोचोगे तो?
ये तो कहना मुश्किल है कि किस टीम से, क्योंकि आज की डेट में अगर आप देखोगे हर जगह अगर आप देखोगे तो हर जगह, जैसे यहाँ कर्नाटका में महारानी ट्रॉफी हो रही है, हर जगह अभी कोई ना कोई अपना स्टेट का हो रहा है। MPL हुआ, देन विदर्भ में हुआ, तो हर जगह ये हो रहा है। उत्तराखंड में हुआ, दिल्ली में भी होने वाला है अगस्त में। तो सब टीमें, सबको समझ में आ रहा है कि अभी विमेन क्रिकेट बढ़ रहा है। तो डेफिनेट आने वाले समय में, जैसे मैं बोल रही हूँ, कर्नाटका की गर्ल्स बहुत ज़्यादा फ्लाइंग कलर्स में आ रही हैं। आने वाले समय में बहुत हर स्टेट में होगा तो कॉम्पिटिटिव क्रिकेट होगा, आप किसी एक स्टेट का नाम नहीं ले सकते।
बहुत बढ़िया कहा आपने। लेकिन जैसे कि मैं बस एक हाइपोथेटिकल सिचुएशन पे आपसे पूछना चाहता हूँ अभी कि वो ड्रायर जब आप देख रहे हैं स्क्रीन पे कि आ गया बाहर आउटफील्ड को ड्राई करने के लिए और ग्राउंड्समैन भी वो कवर्स उठाने के लिए और निकालने के लिए उत्सुक होंगे जब तक बारिश रुक जाता है, तो ये एक चीज़ बताइए कि कल्पना मैम हो या आप हो या शांता जी, आपको और बहुत बड़े सीनियर भी हैं, या आपको क्या लगता है कि अगर इस सिचुएशन पे अगर हाइपोथेटिकली बात किया जाए, अगर आपको एक T20 खेलने का मौका मिला था तो आपको बहुत डेयरिंग और डैशिंग बैटर कौन लग रहा था? कि आपके टाइम से मैं पूछ रहा हूँ, T20 टाइप बैटर कौन था? क्योंकि कल्पना मैम तो बहुत बड़ी विकेट कीपर थी, बैटर थी खुद, तो उसके अगर हिसाब से आप बताएं तो।
अगर मैं वो अपने टाइम पे देखूंगी तो मुझे वन एंड ओनली मिताली राज।
बिल्कुल।
तो उसके आगे मुझे सोचना, क्योंकि जब मैं उसकी बैटिंग देखती हूँ या कोई भी उसकी बैटिंग देखता है तो वो उसकी बैटिंग ही देखता है। तो मैं यही चाहूंगी कि अगर मैं बॉल डालूं तो मिताली जैसे प्लेयर को और
उनकी विकेट निकालूं।
या डेफिनेट।
बहुत बढ़िया। लेकिन लाइट्स के नीचे अगर पहली बार हम महारानी ट्रॉफी इधर आयोजित करना चाह रहे हैं हम लोग और कर रहे हैं भी KSCA की ओर से, तो लाइट्स क्या क्या डिफरेंशिएशन लाता है एक प्लेयर के मनोबल या प्लेयर के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से अगर आप बताएं, क्योंकि लाइट्स के नीचे पहली बार यहाँ पर ये महारानी ट्रॉफी हो रही है, तो लाइट्स क्या क्या इफेक्ट ला सकता है? क्योंकि आप बहुत बड़ी बॉलर रह चुके हैं और बॉलिंग में अगर कुछ सीक्रेट्स आप थोड़ा सा शेयर कर सकते हैं लाइट्स के अंदर, क्योंकि बहुत ज़्यादा स्किड रहता है, क्योंकि बैटर लोग को हो हम देखते हैं कि बहुत ज़्यादा रन्स लाइट्स के अंदर भी उनको ज़्यादा आसान होता है बैटिंग करने के लिए, तो एज अ बॉलर क्या करना चाहिए? क्योंकि बॉलर फ्रेंडली नहीं है मैम थोड़ी सी, अगर लाइट के अंदर बॉलिंग करनी है तो।
एक्चुअली मैंने भी कभी अंडर लाइट बहुत ज़्यादा क्रिकेट नहीं खेली है, बट मुझे जो जितना भी मैंने क्रिकेट देखा है, मुझे लगता है कि अंडर लाइट बॉल बहुत प्रॉब्लम करता है लोगों को, क्योंकि बॉल घूमती है, दिखता नहीं है, थोड़ा लाइट्स का इफेक्ट आता है। बट आजकल इतनी फैसिलिटीज़ आ गई हैं कि आप ओकलीज आ गई हैं, बहुत सी चीज़ें आ गई हैं कि जो आप अपने आप को कंफर्ट जोन में ले आते हैं। तो एज अ बॉलर बस मैं यही बोलूँगी कि जो भी स्पिनर हैं, जो आजकल का जो भी क्रिकेट है, उसको आप, और सिर्फ बॉल आपके हाथ में है, कंट्रोल आपके हाथ में है, तो यू कैन बोल एनीथिंग। और बहुत ज़्यादा मैं बोल नहीं पाती हूँ इसमें तो।
नहीं नहीं नहीं, बिल्कुल आप अच्छी बोल रही हैं, क्योंकि एक नई लाइट्स यहाँ पर हमने जो लगाई हैं KSCA के ओर से, ये महाराजा ट्रॉफी 2026 जस्ट एक महीना हुआ है इसको मतलब इनाग्रेट करते हुए। बहुत सारा फैसिलिटीज़ के बारे में आपने बताया कि ये एक और चीज़ हम जानना चाहते हैं और पूछना चाहते हैं कि जब आप COE में नए प्लेयर्स को वहाँ पर वो ट्रेनिंग देते हो, वहाँ पर वो एक्सपीरियंस देते हो उनको कि आप हाँ इंडिया भी खेल सकते हैं, तो इम्पॉर्टेंट चीज़ क्या है? क्योंकि उनके स्किल डेवलपमेंट या स्ट्रेंथ डेवलपमेंट या ओवरऑल क्या बहुत मायने क्या रखता है आपको COE में?
ओवरऑल एज अ बॉलर आपका ओवरऑल आपको
नहीं, एज ए प्लेयर ओवरऑल बताइए।
एज अ प्लेयर या एज अ प्लेयर आपको ओवरऑल चाहिए कि फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आप कॉन्फिडेंट होना चाहिए। अगर आप कॉन्फिडेंट हैं तो यू कैन डू एनीथिंग। मुझे मेरे सीनियर ने एक बात बोली थी, अगर यू आर द बेस्ट तो कोई आपके लिए मायने नहीं रखते, क्योंकि अगर आप बेस्ट हो तो आप वहाँ पर हो, अदरवाइज आप बाहर होते। इंडिया में बहुत से लोग हैं, तो मुझे लगता है कि सबसे मेन जो है उनका कॉन्फिडेंस है, देन उसके बाद आपका स्ट्रेंथ, देन स्किल आती है। तो तीनों चीज़ का कॉम्बिनेशन चाहिए किसी भी प्लेयर को ऊपर आना है तो।
अरे बहुत आसानी से बता दिया आपने, लेकिन बहुत महत्वपूर्ण चीज बताई आपने। यही
महत्वपूर्ण
चाहिए
चीज़ है कि आप इसमें आपको प्रैक्टिस रेपिटेशन आपको करना ही है। कोई भी अगर आप स्किल करेंगे, अगर मैं बॉलिंग करूंगी तो मुझे बॉलिंग में मुझे पता होना चाहिए कि मुझे क्या करना है, आज का दिन मेरे को क्या करना है, मेरा क्या रोल है। वो रोल में आपको कैसे आपका स्ट्रेंथ आपको चाहिए, आपके शोल्डर, आपके लेग्स, आपका माइंड प्रिपेयर होना चाहिए उस चीज़ के लिए।
मैम बहुत बढ़िया, कवर्स हट गई हैं तो ये एक बहुत अच्छी चीज़ है। और अगर आप चिन्नस्वामी के बारे में बताना चाहते हैं, क्योंकि आपका मेमोरी तो हर जगह है, हर जगह आप क्रिकेट खेल चुकी हैं, लेकिन हमारे चिन्नस्वामी का एक बहुत खासकर एक जो अनफॉरगेटेबल मेमोरी जो आपकी रही होगी, क्योंकि यहाँ के फैसिलिटीज़ के बारे में तो हम हर बार बोलते रहते हैं कि हमारे ड्रेनेज सिस्टम हो या हमारे नए लाइट्स हों, और खासकर हमारे यहाँ पर जो सोलर पैनल लगे हुए हैं जो अंदर ही नहीं, मतलब इलेक्ट्रिसिटी को हम बाहर भी देते हैं मतलब हम बेस्कॉम के लिए भी जो भी इलेक्ट्रिसिटी इधर से बचता है तो यहाँ से बहुत सारे घरों को भी, ऑफिस को भी यहाँ से मतलब जो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी जाता है, तो ये सब फैसिलिटीज हो गए। लेकिन आपके खेलने की वजह से, खेलने का एक कुछ अच्छा,
हमने यहाँ बहुत कैंप्स किए हैं।
हाँ।
मुझे पता है मेरे कोचेस ने मुझे इस ग्राउंड में बहुत भगाया है तो ऑब्वियस है कि हमारे कोचेस हमें यहाँ पर फील्डिंग करते, तो इस ग्राउंड में इतना लश ग्रीन ग्राउंड है, वहाँ पर फील्डिंग करना अमेजिंग फीलिंग है। तो यहाँ की बहुत अच्छी यादें रही हैं। मैंने बहुत ज़्यादा यहाँ पर मैचेस नहीं खेले हैं, बट हमने कैंप्स किए हैं। और जब हम आते थे तो वहाँ पर हमें कैंटीन में अंदर TT वहाँ पर है उस तरफ अंदर की तरफ, तो वहाँ TT भी खेलते थे हम। तो अच्छी यादें हैं। यहाँ पर हमने फील्डिंग बहुत करी, क्योंकि वो हमारे टाइम पे हमें ग्राउंड्स बहुत अच्छे नहीं मिलते थे, बट जब हमें ग्राउंड्स मिलते थे तो हम लोग जल्दी छोड़ते नहीं थे, क्योंकि लाइट्स मिल रही है तो एक अलग एक्सपीरियंस रहता है वो।
बिल्कुल, आप कमेंट्री बॉक्स से जाकर फिर से वो एक्सपीरियंस, जब मुझे पता है कि एक चक्कर तो लगाएंगे आप ग्राउंड के साथ, कल्पना मैम के साथ ग्राउंड पे। लेकिन जाने से पहले आखिरी सवाल अगर आपसे पूछा जाए कि देखिए आजकल मैंने कहीं एक इंटरव्यू में देखा कि अजिंक्य रहाणे बात कर रहे हैं कि जब वो 7 साल के थे तो बॉम्बे लोकल में वो ट्रैवल कर रहे थे अकेले, और उनको पता नहीं था कि उनके पिताजी पीछे ही थे, मतलब पता नहीं था, क्योंकि वो रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी था उनको लेने के लिए। लेकिन आजकल हमारे प्लेयरों को इतना सारा फैसिलिटीज़ मिल गया है, इतना सारा आसान हो चुका है, प्रैक्टिस पे जाना आना, खुद जाते हैं, खुद कैब बुक करते हैं, जाते हैं आते हैं, सब कुछ सही है। लेकिन एक चीज़, अगर मेहनत से, शिद्दत से और डेडिकेशन से अगर हम प्लेयर्स को बताना चाहते हैं कि क्या एक चीज़ है जो ये फैसिलिटीज़ को लाइटली नहीं लेना चाहिए और मेहनत पर फोकस करना चाहिए, वैसे क्या करना चाहिए आजकल के प्लेयर्सों को?
बिल्कुल, आपने बिल्कुल ठीक बोला कि मेहनत पे फोकस करना चाहिए। अभी उनके लिए सब कुछ अवेलेबल है, एवरीथिंग। उनको सिर्फ एक काम करना है, हार्ड वर्क। अगर वो अपने पे बिलीव करेंगे और हार्ड वर्क करेंगे, नोबडी कैन स्टॉप।
बहुत बढ़िया मैम, और आपके मार्गदर्शन से, कल्पना मैम की मार्गदर्शन या आशीर्वाद से हमारे प्लेयर्स ऑफ कोर्स बहुत अच्छा करेंगे आगे जाकर।
डेफिनेटली।
थैंक यू मैम। अब अभी आप जाकर आपकी यादों को ताज़ा कर सकती हैं एक चक्कर लगा सकती हैं हमारे चिन्नस्वामी की। थैंक यू नीतू मैम, वंडरफुल। Well, that is what it is. The legend herself, Neetu David, sharing her insights about Maharani Trophy 2026, and most importantly, the memories that is never ever fading off. And what wonderful talk, what wonderful messages that has been given to our youngsters also, isn't it? Because how important it is to, compare the facilities, good facilities, and bring along that dedication and hard work. Very important. As the covers are off, lights, yeah, they're there. But most important, the play will definitely resume another 5-6 minutes from now on in. I guess we'll slip in for a little strong black coffee and we'll come back soon. Please stay on. Do not go anywhere. The rain is subdued, so the covers are off. Very important that the break does not halt the proceedings or the mindset of the batters, who were really well set. But for the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters, they should really look at this as a welcome break, as a break that is much necessary, because they can peg a wicket every time. When we see that there is a break and the batters come out, it takes a little while for them to get going, and it is the right time, because Ananya Hegde had just bowled the first ball of the 8th over, and the rain gods came down. 83 for 1. I am Navin Shorey. Alongside with me is Vikram. Vikram, lovely talks with Neetu David. Yeah?
Extremely enlightening, and how it was back in the day. I think she played in the period around 2007, left arm orthodox, from what I remember seeing some visuals of in one of these women's matches when the transmission cut to her. So yeah, she was also saying, I think offline I've heard that we must give confidence to youngsters in Karnataka by breeding them on a continuous basis. This is not said probably in this particular talk. That meaning that so that the Indian selectors can have their views on the girls, and otherwise we keep rotating them. It's like revolving chairs. Who do you choose?
Oh yes, because it's that revolving chair that becomes a little hot when you have very, very good players like what we have in our Maharani Trophy. You have so many choices to make. It's a good headache to the selectors. That's what every team wants. And yeah, thank you so much to Neetu David, ma'am, for sharing all that insights. Play resumes. Nice flight from Ananya Hegde. Yeah, but just before you went back, I kind of had that feel that Ananya might come in. She is now in operation. What do you think is not going her way? Because this is the 5th match and not a substantial sort of a contribution either with the bat or the ball.
No, she's doing everything mostly right. She's bowling the right areas. She understands the limitations or her strengths for that matter, you know. She's probably been up against batters who are skilled enough to take her on that way. Also, she's not shown any nerves, you know. For someone like her, might be on the edge to come and stake her claim back in the state team. So I think intent is what a lot of selectors would look at. And I hope she has a bright future in the season to come.
Yeah, the future definitely is bright for her. Appeal, big one, and the finger goes up. Pratyusha has to walk back. And like I was mentioning, the break that is being seen by the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters as a welcome break. And this is not what the Hubli Tigers wanted. Pratyusha was well settled at 34. Plays a shot and has to walk back.
Ananya just bringing that ball looked to me like to be the top spin of the flipper, one of those variations, going straight on the pads of the batter. She had no doubt it was going to be out, exulting full. So well spotted, Naveen, on the change, the break causing a fall of a wicket. Is actually going to suggest that would it be possible, is it going to be possible that they operate with pace bowlers at both ends, viewing the fact that there's been a bit of rain, but to me that looks unlikely now.
Right. It's just that mindset, no, where you just walk into the dugout. It was a good 10-minute break, if not for more. And that would have actually eased a lot of adrenaline down. That would have lapsed in concentration as well. And the Hubli Tigers now have a task to do. Shreya Pote comes out at number 4. Good flighted delivery. That's really important.
Shreya Pote, typically an opener when she plays at the club level, has played for the state also at the club as an opening bowler, opening batter. It'll be interesting to see, and for her to prove herself to the team, how she takes on spin, which we think will operate for some time, with Ananya being right on top.
Oh. Field is very important for a new batter. They still have the long on, long off behind for Shreya Pote. That will allow her to take that single and go to the other end and put Nikki P back on strike. Hubli don't have to worry, is what I feel, because Nikki P is still there. Nudged away, yeah, easy off the mark.
So So the other way I see this promotion in the batting order for Shreya is that actually the Hubli Tigers may be just saving Vivekananda for a little later. Past that, I would say they wouldn't really have something of a strong batting order, although everybody can step up to the plate on their day. I would say that Silken Patel is definitely there, but then you probably expect a cameo from her usually.
Yeah, you feel it'll still go down to Silken Patel. Yeah, maybe. Chances are on. Good over from Ananya Hegde. She's picked up that big wicket of Pratyusha. 8 over gone. 87 for 2.
So the batting card here, Nikki Prasad and Shreya Pote out there, expected to stay on and do the job. Shreya Pote will just be content rotating the strike to her. Rima Farid we know can bat also. Monica Patel can wield the long handle, and Vivekananda can also have a vital role to play. So Pratyusha, a good knock of 34 before she went away.
Yeah, Mithila Vinod. She'll be wanting to put some pressure from the other end, because the run rate now is not an issue at all. For the asking rate is just exactly 6 runs and over. Run a ball. As Karnika Karthik. Slow ball. Oh, there is no short extra cover. That was so sweetly chipped exactly at that position. You've got that deep covers going in, and if Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters want to win this game, they need wickets. They can't have boundary riders. I'm sure Pratyusha Chaluru knows this. And now she goes into that short extra fielder for the new batter. There you see Pratyusha just going in that position exactly where Shreya just chipped it in the air. Like what this challenge will be now. She's going to bowl slow as possible, and with rain that's come down, it's even more tougher for the batters to have that shot selection and the shot making come through if it's a slow delivery.
One of the things you don't see in night cricket, I guess, is the something called the drying wicket, which is a very dangerous wicket. That's when it's rained and the sun is out.
Cut away. That's in the gap, and that'll reach the boundary in no time. Nikki P gets that width just after that rain break, and she is feeling good about that shot, I reckon.
Yeah, touch shot, and Nikki is very fast onto that, just past the point fielder for a boundary.
A hint of width, that's all. I was just trying to say if Kanika can have that slow ball going in, but she went for the seam up delivery. Against thoughts, against run of play. Giving extra pace to Nikki P to make a shot. This is better. This was a slow one, and that's why she was walking into the shot.
It's just that point about, what is considered a more dangerous wicket. Of course, it doesn't go against the groundsmen who cover the pitch as soon as possible, but you probably agree that a few drops of rain get onto the pitch. And when you have a bright sun coming out after that, you just feel that the drying wicket, not a wet wicket, but a drying wicket can be dangerous, which is not the case when you're playing in night cricket where there's no sun.
In the air and dropped. Oh, at point she already was on her knees even before the ball arrived. Ananya Hegde, that is at point. She was not in a good position to take that catch.
The intent was good here, but just mistiming the dive over there. Wanted to give everything to it and just going down on a heap there. Unfortunate there to miss out on that wicket.
Oh, it's a big let go. There you see, she was first onto her knees immediately. That became a little more of a issue to cover the ball. Good slow delivery to end the over. 8-9 gone. 94 for 2. Ananya Hegde, of course, will continue, no doubt, to Nikki Prasad. Yeah, we were talking about what she should do right, and probably this is something that she has done right. Giving that flight to the ball has been good.
You also saw a bit of good variation. She shows she's versatile also. What I saw was the flipper or the toppy. I don't know which one of those was there. There's various variations these days of all sorts of balls. The leg break bowlers bowl. So she's fighting to prove her credentials again.
But how important is that LBW wicket, isn't it, of Pratyusha? Just after the break, so that Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters can come back into the match. She was going great guns, like I said, 34 of just 23 deliveries. And that probably is that flipper that you're talking about, because it just stayed very, very straight. You know, that LBW.
Yeah, it's quite a skill to be able to bowl these variations, especially when you're a back of the hand bowler in T20 where the stakes are very high.
And even in that wicket that we saw, it was not a very quicker delivery. It was at the back of the hand. It was straight, and the umpire had no problem whatsoever in judging that one out. And that takes a lot of guts.
Yeah, I think it's always a great moral victory when you get somebody leg before wicket. You know, catches fly here and there all the time in this form of cricket.
Yeah, sure does. And also to get that LBW to a set batter, to a batter at the top of the order, Pratyusha, who knows to play every shot in the book. Yeah, that was really good.
Have you seen her bowl many wrong uns, Ananya? That's probably not her forte. She shouldn't go there. I think she's sticking to what she knows best.
That's what provided her the wicket as well, isn't it? Little track down.
For that matter, the great Shane Warne hardly ever bowled a wrong un. Right? He just stuck to what he knows. He had many other deliveries that he developed.
For the revolutions that he created out of his wrists. That is something that we would want to discuss about it. There we go. LBW straight in. As that was the dismissal that we saw. And 10 overs gone. 97 for 2. As Srinath. And we've got a special person in the commentary box, which Srinath will introduce.
Okay, Srinath joined by a special guest, a veteran behind the mic. No prize for guessings after listening to his voice. Fazal Khalil, welcome to the Maharani Trophy.
Well, thank you very much, Srinath. Well, congratulations to KSCA for putting together such a brilliant event. I mean, when I just walked into the stadium, I just saw crowds that weren't even there during the Maharaja Trophy. And it's so heartening to see that they're coming out here and encouraging these girls, supporting the cause. And what a platform this is that KSCA have provided. We've seen some breathtaking innings. We've seen some really hard hitting. And it augurs well for Karnataka and perhaps in the future for India as well.
So also there was a message around just 45 minutes, 1 hour before Johnny telling me that we're going to have a guest in the combox. Maybe that's propelled people to come in, switch on to the KSCA YouTube live app to listen to the enchanting voice, added glamour to this Maharani Trophy.
Well, nice to see the Bengaluru Blasters ownership there in the crowd. Priyanka there, Priyanka Raju. We saw her completely backing the boys, and now she's with the girls. So heartening to see. Like I did mention, this is like a trampoline for these girls to progress to the next level.
Taken on the full, and with that single, the Hubli Tigers get to the 100 for 2. They are into the 11th over. And there's Priyanka Raju, who was pretty ominous and vocal at the auctions also. And she knew which were the players they need to pick. And a testimony to that is the way Bengaluru Blasters have turned out here.
Well, yeah, she got it right absolutely with Naziruddin and KB Pawan in the men's auction as well, Srinath. I think they didn't have any stars, but they really did a fabulous job. They had Shubhang Hegde as their captain, and I think they've done a good job with the girls in the auction as well, like you did mention.
So they've got all bases covered with their experienced skipper and Pratyusha. Communication gap there. The umpire, just to have confirmation with technology around, comes up a referral for a run out. Through the auctions did go the way, and not too many stars in their side in this lineup, but they've gelled well as a team. They've towed the line of what the men's team did.
Well, just take a look at this once again. She collected it well, and yeah, I think they've got their batter that they wanted so badly. Just a little misunderstanding between the two girls out there in the middle, and unfortunately for the Hubli Tigers, there's a red light, means that Shreya will be walking back to the pavilion.
Just after the hydration break in the 11th over, how many times have we seen this in this tournament? A loss of a wicket. Shreya B, who was struggling touch bit with the bat, has to go back. Yes, no. Straight away says no, Nikki. But she was halfway down and does well, Pratyusha. Appeal for run out, and the affirmation is the red light comes out. Third wicket goes down for the Hubli Tigers. 1-1 at the end of 11. Could be a blessing in disguise for the Hubli Tigers. In walks the senior pro, Divya Gnanananda. Has not had a great tournament so far, but the Hubli Tigers bat big, back deep. They had Pratyusha and Vrinda to open the innings. Nikki Prasad at number 3. They had Shreya coming at 4 and Divya Gnanananda walking at 5. Against the run of play, a run out, and the Hubli still are in the driver's seat, 58 of 54.
Well, they certainly are in the driver's seat if you just look at that score and the required rate as against the current run rate of 9.18. But a couple of wickets here could really set the cat amongst the pigeons in the Hubli dugout.
Ananya has looked a class apart in this tournament, along with another youngster from the Mystics, Kushi. She's had a heart to bowl in the tough times. She came back after that brief spell of rain and straight away got the big scalp of Pratyusha, who was going great guns. What a time for her to bowl to two really devastating batters in the middle.
Well, there wasn't really anything special about that delivery. It was wicket to wicket. The top spinner, and just an error of judgment on the part of Pratyusha, really. She could have played that down the ground, got the single, given Nikki Prasad the strike, but she chose just go for glory. And Srinath, I mean, when you're chasing a score which is comfortably under control, one wonders whether it's really necessary to play those shots. But again, those are the vagaries of the game and perhaps the demands of modern day cricket, especially in this format.
True, always. I know you've been following a few games closely. The one wherein the Mystics managed to pull off a 2-run victory, putting up 186. And always what we've seen is, we've also harped on it saying, one of the top 3 batters, need to go on till the end to put up a substantial score, which he did see a couple of nights back. And that's something these girls need to learn, and they did learn quickly. It took them a couple of days, 4 games after into this tournament. We did see that we got to see 100 from Shubha Satish, followed by a brilliant 100 by Roshni Kiran, followed by 2 half-centuries from Pratyusha and Vrinda.
Well, yes, I mean, I was really impressed watching those 200s. I did watch on telly, really, streamed live on YouTube. That 100 by Roshni Kiran last evening was just a cut above the rest. We've seen runs and we've seen something really special, and that was something really special from Roshni.
True, power hitting at its best. She peppered all parts of the ground, subtle touches, especially the square cuts, fierce shots, and she was very precise in her shot selection and was able to clear the boundaries with ease. We've seen some excellent display on cuts well, despairing dive there. Another Kalyani motor boundary, this time around the first one from the blade of Divya Gnanananda. With this boundary, the Hubli Tigers finishes 113 for the loss of 3.
Well, just take a look at that. I mean, the key really was the footwork. She went deep in the crease. You can get a better look of it here. There it is. She just leant back. The weight was initially going forward, but then she leant back so well and played it late. That was the key. That was the key to picking the gap between point and backward of point. Very little gap there, but she picked it to precision. And that's a hallmark of a really good player. I mean, we've been told, Shri, time and time again growing up, that most great players who have played this game are really good back foot players.
Absolutely. I think 20 years back, we did get to watch and play a lot of cricket on matting, which we were grown up on. It was bread and butter for us to play those cut shots and pull shots. You yourself were one of the good pullers of a cricket ball. But later on the game evolved, and we get to watch a lot of these games played on turf wickets, where the initial movement is get on the front and try to go through the line rather than waiting and playing the ball square of the wicket.
Well, we saw an exhibition par excellence really yesterday from Roshni. We'll talk about that when they come out onto the park in the next game. But a very special talent she seems to me. We have Nikki Prasad over there. I've seen her from a very young age, and she's really come of age, 42 of 26. When she's out there, just a wide slip there by Pratyusha. I mean, I really like watching her. She uses her feet, comes down the track, and once you're sure about your footwork like that, you normally dictate terms to the bowlers.
You just walked in and nailed it, Vazu. We've been talking about creating pace. Here we've seen spin, and more of spin. Very little fast bowling on display. But Nikki has used that, the momentum, stepping out, the patch swing, picking gaps. She's been spot on. And the confidence she's carried last year, winning the Under-19 title for India, captaining the side. I think it's an epitome of self-confidence, the belief she has in her. And she's on song in this tournament. She got an 80 not out of 40 balls, so that was in a losing cause for the Hubli. But she's looked a class apart in this tournament.
Well, it's like a tsunami of talent really in this Maharani Trophy. A lot of these young girls are very special talent. I mean, and just to add to the fact, Shri, there's a plethora of talent in Karnataka at the moment. I mean, 4 or 5 girls are missing out this tournament. You have Tejaswini, you have Vandita Rao, you have Saloni, you have Shriyanka Patil, of course, who's out because of injury, and Kashivi, the youngster at under 15, she's representing India under 19, and these girls are at the COE. We'll come back to that. 13 done, 111 for 3.
Nelson on the board, and Nikki P on 42 of 26, 6 of 9 is Divya. 2 experienced batters out in the middle. Yeah, you were speaking about the riches in this tournament. A few of them having missed out, a couple of them in the COE, and our own Shriyanka Patil sitting out due to an injury. But leaving them out, the sort of talent we've seen here. Certain names that straight away come as one is Karnika, Karthik, Roshni, Kiran, of course, a name, well-known name as Nikki Prasad, the Indian cricketers, people who played in the IPL, the likes of Pratyusha, Vrinda, Dinesh. We've got Monica Patel who's played for the country. But absolutely brilliant display by these girls, especially for us. The ground fielding and catching has been excellent. Though we've seen some sitters go down, but overall the standards have been very high.
You're absolutely right. I mean, I haven't watched too many of these games, but whatever little I've been watching, I've seen some very high quality fielding and catching. Kudos to the coaches who've done so well with the training and the strength and conditioning coach, the physios. I mean, it's a tough tournament for these girls. They're not used to it. That's in the air. Just a little slip by the fielder there at long off. Oh, anguish on the bowler, but gets away this time, Nikki Prasad.
On the back foot, look at the shot of power she's generated. Drag down on the back foot, flat bats it straight over long off. Even the fielder on the boundary won't have got anywhere close to it. That's another cycle pure Agarbatti maximum. 1 strike away from another half century is Nikki Prasad. She's come of age. She's taken the responsibility on her. She says, I'm going to be there to take this team over the line.
Just immediately changing the fielders around there at long off, swapping with deep extra cover. But what the viewers perhaps missed there on that replay was the fielder at long off just skidded as she came in, misjudged the flight of that ball down the track once again. This is what I like of Nikki Prasad. Once you start using your feet to the spinner, you've been a spinner yourself, Shri, as well as being a very accomplished batsman. Once you come down the track, you put the element of doubt into the bowler's mind as well.
Also, a sweep shot is something that can really put the bowler's line off. True, unless you're a canny operator, you watch the batter's feet till the end. But the hallmark of Nikki Prasad's stepping out technique has been, she steps out just after the ball is released. So there's no chance for the bowler to alter her line or length in the end. That's why she's been so successful. Cuts hard and finds the gap. Has it got the legs? The sparing dive at the sweeper cover. And that also brings up the 50 for Nikki Prasad. The subdued celebration. She knows there's still time left in this game. She says, a bit more time. Give it to me. A standing ovation, and she just deserves that one. 14 done. 123 for 3 are the Hubli Tigers.
Well, just take a look at that. I mean, that's what it does. When you start using your feet to the spinners, immediately dropping that one shot. And Nikki Prasad was up to the task. She knew there were runs on offer. She just had to beat the fielder inside the circle. And what a good innings this. Top quality innings from a top quality player. They're making a real mockery of this target of 159. Current run rate 8.79, the asking rate just 6. 36 of 36. They should canter home from here.
Certainly it should be a walk in the park because pretty confident was Vrinda at the toss. She said, we are going to chase without any hesitation. And you spoke about the cut shot, using the depth of the crease. And playing the ball late was the key. They had 3 fielders behind the square. And to clip that gap and get it to the point boundary was something precise. What a display of batting by Nikki Prasad.
Well, the other thing that is of note here, Srinath, is that after all these days that we've seen some really breathtaking action, we still don't know who the 2 finalists will be. It's much like in the men's version when you have the teams not really knowing who the top 4 are in those playoffs. And that really is a fillip to this tournament. The initiative by the Karnataka State Cricket Association, led by the able Venkatesh Prasad as president. Once again down the track, just fetching it from outside the off stump. No timing there, but she gets away with it, gets the single, brings the hard-hitting Nikki Prasad back on strike. Just gobsmacked, really, seeing the kind of talent that there is here. 5 or 6 girls missing out this tournament. So you add all these, and what a good one-day side it would be on the bounce this time. Lucky. But just the quality of batting has really gone up a few notches, hasn't it? From last year to this year, we can just see the differences. They are getting the opportunity to play under lights. Well, that's an add-on, but the talent is abound here, really.
Straight down the ground this time, and the skipper finishes her spell. Nothing in the wickets column. 4 overs for 29, Pratyusha. 15 done. Hubli Tigers cantering on. 126 for 3.
Thank you so much, Srinath. Thank you so much, Fazil Khalil. Yeah, good insights. Speaking of batting being improved, Nikki P, she is just improving it every day in and day out. Every time she goes out to bat there in this season for the Hubli Tigers, she's always given that comfort zone, comforting psychological feel to the dugout, that's saying, okay, I'm here, don't panic, I'm under control. That's what she's done. I'm Navin Shori. Alongside with me is Vikram. It should be easy enough now because 15 overs, 126 for 3, run a ball 33. Shouldn't be a big problem as Ananya Hegde will come in for her last over. Back of the hand, stepping down, over extra cover, couple of bounces, boundary. Good start for the over for the Hubli Tigers, and Divya Gnanananda gives them that much needed boundary. First up.
Yeah, Divya Gnanananda now coming to the party, telling everybody I can do what the others have done before me. Dispatching it to that fence for a boundary.
And just unsettling Ananya's flight early on. Did not expect that one, Ananya, that Divya will step down first ball. Just trying that back of the hand delivery, if I can really read from the commentary box of the release point of her delivery. But she's not getting that wrong on, or she's not getting that ball to come back into the right-hander. Needs a lot more revolutions, lot more control maybe on that delivery. Probably release a little late. See, again, it's going the proper leg spinning way, but it's not coming in.
Yeah, I think she's going to trust on the surface, perhaps trust the stock delivery, the regular leg break, which they're just outside, just around off stump, and then go to her flipper and top spinners. So she's sticking to her strengths. And I think really that a wicket or two here would really set the cat among the pigeons, as Fazal said before he came. He also pointed out to some of the players who are not playing, who are missing here. One more name there is Lianka Shetty, who is unfortunately carrying a niggle. So she would be someone who could have set the stage alight and will do in the future editions to come.
Nikki P, what a lovely knock. Yeah, definitely. Whoever is missed out will be really feeling that they really should have made it to the cut. But nevertheless, they will be eyeing for the next Maharani Trophy 2027. But Nikki Prasad, what a good knock. What a 50 that she has produced. 33 ball, 55. And like I said, this chase has become much more easier. That Nikki Prasad has given that comfortable psychological feel to the dugout, like I was mentioning. In the air, but will land safe. Where is that wicket coming in from? That's the big question.
The other thing is, of course, we're seeing the Hubli Tigers get home in a canter, perhaps. But then the inclusion of Nirma Farid might have something to do with the leg spin, of course, the wrist spinner, but also that she can bat in almost any position, especially play those cameos, which is not going to be required today. So I think the Hubli Tigers should be feeling strong right now.
Straight to point. Comparatively, a very, very good spell from Ananya Hegde this match. 4 overs, 23 and a wicket. 16 gone, 133 for 3. Just 26 to get off 24. And it's been so easy because of this amazing batter, Nikki Prasad. So much control and so much in the moment that every time that she plays, good balance that she has, whether it's off the back foot or the front foot, and especially when the spinners came on. She used not just the depth of the crease, but the width of the crease as well. She's moved along very comfortably. And like I said, she's given that comforting factor to the dugout.
Well, thankfully, Nikki's moved to such a level that they haven't called her for the seat into the COE this particular phase of this 1 month, which is available to us. But really, it's actually a tremendous matter of pride to some of these 5 girls who are not part of the tournament, who Fazal mentioned, Tejaswini, Uma Kashwi, who's played in Under 19, is one of the real prodigies we've had. And even Lianka, who's injured, well, unfortunately, that the matter of pride is that these girls, many of these girls are anyway part of the COE, which is as good as this Maharani Trophy.
No doubt. Mithila Vinod just begins that with a Gutland delivery, but there should be a wicket-taking delivery now. There should be something that is giving in for the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. Hubli Tigers for a long time now, they've got this chase under their control. But Ananya Hegde, like I said, is a improved bowler this match. 4 overs, 23. Happy with that one. A couple of more wickets on the wickets column.
Yeah, 2 wickets set up nicely. Just as we spoke, the backward squares come inside the ring and the long off has gone back.
And the reason why that long off went back is because Mithila can bowl that fuller length Yorkers. Not easy though, not easy under pressure. But Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters, I think this probably might be the back-to-back losses that they don't want to count on, because the previous match was, a nail-biting edge of the 3-seat thriller which they could not grab onto. Gulbarga Mystics holding on to the nerves of the last few deliveries of the over. That's really not timed well. Backward spell leg, comes under it, takes it, and Divya Gnanananda has to depart. Is this that big turnaround that Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters are waiting for? Mithila Vinod strikes, and strikes at the right time.
You'll have to give a little credit to the Hubli Tigers, the outfield, the fielding unit right now. They'd actually pushed back the mid-off to long off, as we said. But that was to the other batter, Nikki. And then when Divya came in, heaving that ball there, pulling it away, but straight to the hands of the fielder, not able to get enough elevation to clear that field.
Yeah, 33-run partnership broken. That's not easy. Mithila Vinod breaking that one. And she did probably drag the ball down towards that deep backward or square leg. She stepped down, yes, but she did find Ritu Gowda a deep backward or square leg. Good catch under pressure.
We will see Rima Farid, the new inclusion, coming in, as we spoken about her batting also. Very much a wrist spinner to begin with. Very useful all-rounder, good on the field and can play at any position. So it's a great chance for her to cut her teeth into this particular tournament by getting in at a time when there's not a lot of pressure.
You can never say not a lot of pressure, but at the other end, if there is another wicket coming in, we've seen things go from comfort to precarious, not just cautious, to precarious situations. So yeah. But yeah, it's a good time for Rima to walk in at number 6. She's got Nikki P at the other end. All that she needs to do is put bat to ball and get down to the other end and watch the proceedings comfortably. Mid off up in the ring. The 3 boundary riders are on the onside, 1 towards deep covers. Down the leg side, clearly. Yeah, you mentioned no pressure. She's been stuck inside the crease. There's another way to get on to the first ball, and nice to see Nikki P having a word with her.
So also, I mean, if you notice, particular style of Mithila, when she comes to the crease, she just tends to go away wide, which is a natural style of bowling. You tend to think that the ball is going to come at an angle, which it will, of course. And therefore, that deep backward square, which we have, is going to come into play a lot, especially if the batters pull. So we probably see, you never know how many such wickets are going to fall in a similar fashion when Mithila bowls.
And that's been her go-to delivery, bowling it a little wide of the crease. And now a few dot balls. And suddenly that required rate is jumped up to 6.5 to 7.5 now.
Rima almost half gesticulating to the umpire saying, wasn't that wide? But then you've got to be quiet. You can't be censured for dissent. We saw Divya let a ball go like that. So I think the umpire is conveying a very important message. Blasters, please play the ball. Leave the decisions of the wide to us.
Interesting. If this last ball can be finished well. Has been finished well. What an over. Just a couple of runs and that big wicket of Divya Gnanananda from Mithila Vinod. She's got a couple more. Watch out. There can be a twist in the tail. 17 gone. 135 for 4. Last 3 overs. 24 to get. And I'll tell you what. While the Bengaluru Blasters were batting, the 19th over they scored 20 runs. That was off Priya Chavan's over. And now see, that's the exact equation. What has kept them in the game. And that came off, I think, Kanika Karthik's bat.
Yeah, well, of course, it's a different mindset when you're chasing. At that point, it comes as a bonus. Like you said, the 19th over produced a lot of runs. So it's going to be very different here. But we'll see what the conventional off-break bowler Ritu Gowda can do if she can pull one back.
Yeah, very important over. Nudged away. Just a single low. She wants a second run. Chance of a run out. Oh, the throw was too wide. I think the batter has made it, but still the umpire wants to check it. Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters are actually celebrating. Lavanya Chalana thinks that she is out. Is Rima.
Well, body language, anything to go by. Just outside, throwing into the stumps. I think it's a clear case of not out. So I don't know what the celebration from the Blasters was all about. A lot of optimism in that. So do you think, Naveen, that actually a good ploy would be to just keep Rima on strike, keep Nikki not on strike? And how would this particular team go about that, the fielding team? Would they just crowd the fielders inside the ring?
A good point as you were making that one. The third umpire has also made his point with the confirmation on the green light. Yeah, we could see that from the commentary box right up here, that the batter had that chance because the throw was very wide from deep mid-wicket. And there you see, it was a rash throw. Had to go towards the collection of the ball for a longer time and take that one. It was Rachita Hatwar. I don't see any crowding inside the 25-yard ring, but they'll be happy to bowl to Rima like this. Dot deliveries, yeah, keep the pressure on. 8 runs and over needed.
It's risky. Even Rima, like we said, can go over the top. But right now, she's just looking like she's trying to find her way in there. So it's a bit of a gamble to crowd the field and stop the single.
Oh, they'll happily take that, Hubli Tigers. Yeah, see, Rima can. And we know that she can clear the boundary really well. And that's again why Nikki P is walking up to her and having a chat. Kind of a situation where you do not want a wrong shot coming out of Rima's bat.
The alternative would have been, of course, Silken Patel, who can clear the boundary as she's shown us earlier. But Rima with her experience, and that was counts in the end sometimes.
Yeah, no doubt. Oh, a couple of wide deliveries from Ritu Gowda. No, this is not what the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters would need. But you know what? You've been voting for Rima to come in. When Rima comes out, you say Silken would have been a better choice. Why are you confusing the coach?
No, I'm just trying to think how they might have been thinking, going back to experience as opposed to Silken. Rima's just trying to find her, the middle of a bat here.
Yeah, true. Oh, once again, a beautiful delivery. This time, Ritu Gowda gets that all-important dot ball.
Well, this keeps up, as in if the bowlers continue bowling like this, we don't see the need to pull in the field, you know. It's always risky when you have the field pulled in. You never know who will go over the top.
But I see what Rima's trying to do. She's trying to get that square leg, backward of square leg position. Now she puts back to ball. Oh, good stop. But she had to go and dive towards the wrong end was Pratyusha Chaluru.
Yeah. Pratyusha Chaluru doing brilliantly well, just displaying this modern method of as soon as you fall, try and retrieve the ball just off while you're on the ground on your knees. Did a good job there.
Very good job. But then that return, if that would have been really on target, it would have been curtains for Rima. But now Nikki P steps down the wicket, straight down the ground, long on. We'll see the ball sail over her head. Pressure releasing 6 from Nikki P, much needed for the Hubli Tigers. And now they can just go back and relax a little bit for the big Cycle Pure Agabatti 6.
We saw this coming. Oh, Nikki using her feet beautifully. As somebody said, she used the feet so beautifully, just over the top for a 6. No stopping that at all.
And once again, that big gamble of the offie against Nikki P. See how quickly she danced down the wicket. Perfect placement as well. Outside edge. Oh, Lavanya Chalana gets that one away. Oh, with that misfield. Unnecessary. Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters won't like it. 18 gone, 149 for 4. And this is probably now Hubli Tigers' game. Just 10 to get. Lavanya Chalana, big disappointment probably from her. That shouldn't have been a boundary at all.
Interesting last over, especially the last ball. Cut. Oh, just getting between her legs and an all-important boundary there.
You've just walked in the correct time for a question from me. A lot of the modern-day fielders field with their hands. When you say something like get behind the ball, field with your body, it sounds to them like old school. And this is where I'd welcome your inputs. A lot of these youngsters, what should they be doing to field better? The most important art in cricket now. Everybody bats and bowls.
True, fielding is a very important facet of the game, especially in the shorter formats, the 50 over and T20. Can't get lax in that particular area. In fact, the last boundary, if she had managed to get somebody behind the ball, she would have saved valuable 3 runs. I can understand when you're going for a catch and you miss it and there's a boundary, it's a different ball game. But this was clearly dropping shot. You can get to see that. Dropping in well in front of her. Maybe the ball just did turn a bit, but absolutely nobody behind the ball. Elementary cricket. This is what you're taught at basic coaching camps. She might thought she was undone by the little bit of turn, but which is expected when you cut a ball. Driven well this time and finds the cap. In fact, a brilliant piece of fielding there. Excellent cricket all round. Length ball to be hit. Drilled it through the offside. Nikki Prasad equally well fielded at the sweeper cover boundary.
Karnika diving there just to stop that ball. Brilliant save. I'm sure the Bengaluru Blasters will be happy with that, but they would so much have loved to have Rima at the other end. That's not to be right now currently.
Hubli would be all the more happy to have Nikki just finished off in this over and not leave too many to the end. This time doesn't find the gap. That gets Rima Farid on strike. She's got 2 of 8. And last over, she was trying to play across the line, and we did see a lot of play and misses, maybe nerves.
Yes, as a result, you see Nikki talking to Rima, telling her how she could overcome the situation. Looks a little bit rusty out there right now, but she's been known to be a good hitter too.
5 inside the ring on the offside. All the 3 boundary riders on the leg. Offside is the area. Again, reaching at an inside edge. Through the reaction from Mithila Vinod says it all. Any signal from the umpire? No. Certainly a half chance. Wicket at this point in time would have made it that much interesting. But Rima Farid survives to live another day.
Yeah, I feel for the Bengaluru Blasters a little bit. What seems to be an inside edge, Rohit. They're not even able to latch onto that. So 2 mishaps, if you would like to put it that way, in the last few balls.
Tad late in reacting. In fact, totally missed it when the ball hit the inside edge. He was not even moving towards the left. Makes it all the more important, the keeper, to anticipate. She was in no position. Mithila Vinod certainly was disappointed. Just a strike away from crossing the line, the Hubli Tigers. Will this be the ball? And will Rima finish it off? Play and a miss. The Blasters say we need to get into the 20th over. 19 done. Hubli Tigers are 1-5-5 for the loss of 4 wickets. Match number 10 coming up in the Maharani Trophy T20 2026. It's the Mysuru Warriors take on the Gulbarga Mystics. What a game. A couple of nights back the Mystics had. Posting 186 in the humding in the last over. Nainisha, the youngster, given the ball, and she managed to defend 13. And she carved a niche and a name for herself. Certainly the night did belong to that youngster, who certainly absorbed pressure and reposed the faith in a captain. Rajeshwari Gaikwad was going all round and looking at whom to hand over the ball. She did come forward, and did she deliver? What a night she had.
Right now, Karnika Karthik being entrusted the ball for the last over. A very challenging over for her to bowl to defend just 4 runs. I see if that perhaps she gets 2 or 3 dot balls, then this contest is very well set up. I see at least one slower one coming, probably the first one straight away as she bowls to Rima. I'm sorry, Nikki's on strike there.
Just one hit away. We're seeing the captain making a lot of changes. Fielders from leg coming to off, from off to leg. 2 boundary riders on the leg side, 1 at long on, and we see the other fielder moving into deep mid wicket. Short square inside the circle, and 4 inside the circle on the off, all square. Deep extra cover and a long off. Predictable. It's going to be outside the off stump. Full ball, whacks it away through the leg side, walking into it, and finishes it off in style. Nikki Prasad remaining unbeaten on 74, carrying the Hubli Tigers through. With these 2 points, Hubli Tigers climb to the top of the table. The celebrations are visible in the stands. You can say the dancing in the aisles for the Hubli fans. The comprehensive victory and the clinical performance by the Hubli Tigers, winning this encounter, chasing 159 down with 6 wickets to spare. What a performance it's been from the bat of Nikki Prasad, showing maturity beyond her age, leading the India Under-19 team to victory last year. That confidence, that self-belief is showing. It's been Nikki Prasad all the way today afternoon at the M. Chinnaswamy Stadium. Chasing a target of 159, they made it look just a touch easy. Terrific conditions for batting. had a small break of rain. 23 minutes were knocked off, but came back and lost the wicket of the well-set batter Pratyusha. But Hubli didn't look back after that, and Nikki Prasad, it's Nikki Prasad all the way.
Yeah, just going the way of the Tigers. We've discussed what good strategists they are. They were playing with a batting order which is a little thin as you go towards the middle, but the job is well entrusted to the top order, who watched every ball with caution and fired when required. As we see the players shake hands here with each other, all played in good camaraderie and good spirit over here.
To end of the day, these are the same girls who are going to play for Karnataka in different age group cricket as well as the senior team. Camaraderie has been excellent. The display of cricket skill sets in bowling, batting and fielding have been terrific. What a platform for these girls to come out and perform, playing under lights at the iconic M. Chinnaswamy Stadium. And this is the batting card. 34 of 23, Pratyusha. Vrinda Dinesh 17 gave a flying start. Nikki Prasad, the star, 74 of 41. To give her the finishing touch was Reema Farid, remaining not out on 4, but in between a small cameo from Divya Gnanananda. 19.1, all that they required to finish off 159 for 4. 1 for 37, Ritu Gowda. 1 for 17 was Mithila Vinod. Ananya Hegde looked good, 1 for 23. But the rest of the bowlers had no clue to bowl to Nikki Prasad. In the end, certainly would be disappointed, the Bengaluru Blasters. But the game going down to the wire, losing the game with just 5 balls to spare. Certainly would have not hurt them that much per se in terms of the NRRR. Comfortably now on top is the Hubli Tigers with 6 points. There's the highlights where we saw the Blasters get off to a good start. Silken touch, some shots down the ground. And this was a fantastic catch by Priya Chauhan running backwards. Monika Patel was a touch expensive. And the spinners to start with were a bit off target. Some lucky edges. This was the second one, trying to flick the ball and caught comfortably at point. Then came in Lavanya, looked good in a brief stay. Couple of mighty hits, looked good for a big one. But against the run of play, we did see Lavanya get out. And that's where the batting just went awry. And as always, we've been speaking about the halfway mark. And today, Shreya, who was given to handle the new ball up front, was the pick of the bowlers, picking 3 for 32. And the bowling changes were rung on well by the skipper. Vrinda Dinesh, whoever came on to bowl, was in the party. And this was the miscommunication and wickets going at the wrong time for the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. Shreya coming in there, a couple of lusty hits towards the end by Karnika Karthik. That was the flourish that was needed to finish the innings. A streaky edge there, but she had a last laugh, picking that up at extra cover. Happy was the skipper, but then we thought at 138 for 9 at the end of 17, could they finish there, get anywhere close to 150? But the flourish in the end by Karnika Karthik got them to a score that was really a one which could be a tough one for the Hubli Tigers. These were the last 2 sixers. The power-packed shots, picking the gaps with precision. Would it see the favourite Scoop getting the ball to go behind the wicket-keeper, but not much pace on offer. This was high over extra cover when the innings started for the Hubli Tigers. Started off with a flourish. Vrinda Dinesh coming out, all guns blazing. Couple of mighty hits over the fence. And this one was an outstanding shot. The first one to go down, trying to get over-ambitious. A brilliant catch at mid-on, running backwards. Then it was all Pratyusha and Nikki Prasad. They forced a brilliant partnership until rain break, when they were just cruising along. The break in momentum got the first wicket for the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. Sweeping there, Pratyusha got plumb in front. A small stutter, losing a couple of wickets, but Nikki Prasad was all elegance. Again, a communication gap here, and quick to recover. The skipper gathering the ball and putting the stumps down. Divya comes in and a couple of big hits. This was an exquisite square cut against the run of play again. Where did see Divya get out, and that was the half century for Nikki. A subdued celebration. Did know that she had to be there till the end to get the Hubli Tigers off the line. This was the last wicket to fall. Well, just catched at deep mid wicket. Straight down the ground. a 6. And that was the way the game finished. And what a way. It was Nikki Prasad all the way to take Hubli Tigers over the line. What a game we got to witness. Scenes, celebrations, and the customary handshakes, camaraderie Vikram was talking about. That's what this game has seen. A fantastic game of cricket. In the end of it, the Hubli Tigers being victorious by 6 wickets, comfortably pocketing those 2 points. The match summary: Kalyani Blasters batting first, 158 for 9, 37, 30 and 28 for Rachita, Karnika and Lavanya. 3 for 32, Shreya Pote. Nikki Prasad, the star, 74 not out of 41. A cameo, 34 of 23 from Pratyusha. Nothing great to rave about the bowling card. In the end, Hubli Tigers romping home by 6 wickets. Let's go down now. In all readiness is Naveen Chauri with a post-match presentation.
Welcome to the post-match presentation of match number 9 that happened between Hubli Tigers and the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. And Hubli Tigers going out there and winning this by 6 wickets. And that was a big victory right here. And before I go ahead and invite and go ahead and welcome the dignitaries, KSCA would like to thank all the sponsors and partners. Umpiring sponsor, Cycle Pure Agarbatti. Official sponsor, Kalyani Motors. Radio partner, 92.7 Big FM. And in the presentation party today, we have Mr. Satish K. the channel partner from Cycle Pure Agarbatti. Thank you so much, Satish, for being here. And also we have Ms. Sandhya Mahesh from Karnataka State cricketer. Thank you so much, ma'am, for being here. And we also have Dharini Premanath, former Karnataka State cricketer as well. And we also have Lakshmi Hariharan, former Karnataka State cricketer. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, dignitaries, for being here in attendance. And before we go ahead and award the player of the match and the orange caps and everything, first we want to have a chat with the losing captain, Pratyusha Chaluru. Just a few words for the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters skipper. Pratyusha, I'm sure it's a little tough chat, but we want to know what the views were from your end. Where do you think it just fell short? Short of runs?
Yeah, I felt we were around 10 runs short, but actually the way we came back with the ball was exceptional. I think the girls did really well after that 10th over to come back and, get the match till the last over. I think it was a brilliant effort.
Yeah, totally brilliant. And of course, Ananya Hegde coming good today with the ball was a big surprise, big pleasant one for you. But what do you think of Nikki P's innings? What was the plan that did not work out? I'm sure you would have got a lot of plans against her.
I think we were just trying a particular plan, but the execution didn't work out in the end. So I think that's where we went wrong. And those small targets, we achieved almost all except Nikki. So I think there we lost.
No problem. All the very best for the next one. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Pratyusha. Right, more important now for presenting the awards. First up, of course, it's the orange cap, and that would be presented by Dharini Premanath and Lakshmi Hariharan. I'll request you to please step forward, and that goes to Nikki Prasad. 235 runs, and that is a big achievement as of now. So just with that match-winning innings of 74 not out means a lot as Nikki P gets that orange cap. Yeah, you'll have to wear that and strike a pose. Yeah, that is what we need. Perfect. Wonderful. Yeah, thank you so much. Right, that is what it is. As I do really thank Dharini Premanath and Lakshmi Hariharan ma'am also for that one. But right now the next award is the Catch of the Match award. Catch of the Match award, of course, goes to Ritu Gowda for getting that one at deep square leg. The catch of Divya Gnanananda. She had to run towards her right and she had to go out there and get that one in her control. Award is presented, of course, by Sandhya Mahesh ma'am. Thank you so much for that award to be presented to Ritu Gowda. Yeah, wonderful. And the next award is the Cycle Pure Agarbatti Trusted Player of the Match award. And to give that one, I'll request Satish KB, the channel partner of Cycle Pure Agarbatti, to please step forward. And that goes to Nikki Prasad again for the unbeaten 74 runs and taking her team home in the last ball as well by scoring that winning runs. Wonderful knock. Thank you so much, Nikki P, for entertaining all of us here. Lovely. And of course, next up, yeah, few important trophy also to be awarded from Satish KB. Yeah, there we go. And that's a big trophy. Lovely, Nikki P. Thank you for that wonderful entertainment, like I mentioned. Quick word? Yeah, if you want to. Yeah, lovely. Come along. Nikki, I think what Pratyusha was mentioning was, yeah, there were a lot of plans against you that was being made, and you did step over everything. Good innings in the middle.
Yeah, we knew that this was an important game for us to win. So all the batters, we just stuck to our plans, and we knew if one of us stayed till the end, we are going to win this.
Definitely. And when you lost, of course, those early wickets, of course, in your head, you'll be thinking, okay, I'll need to stay until the last. But who was that one other supporter? Because, you know, when your partners came along, there was a little bit of a dot ball that was going in. You were going ahead and talking to them.
No, I knew that I was batting pretty well. So whoever was coming after and batting over there, I was just telling them to, you know, not panic, just take a single and give it to me. And they did their part really well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why the partnership really worked. All the very best. You played really well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Suniki P. And yeah, right now it is time to have a chat with Vrinda Dinesh, the winning captain of the Hubli Tigers. Please come up, Vrinda. When that 19th over went to 20 runs, I want to understand what was running in your head, where you conceded 20 runs and the last over was phenomenal from Monica. But that 19th over, you felt that was a little too much that you conceded in that over?
There were certain plans that we were trying and probably the ball didn't fall in the right area. That's okay. It happens to our best bowler. It happens on those particular days. But we knew anything around 160 was a good score for us to chase, and we were on par.
Definitely. Your catching today was brilliant. One word on that one.
Brilliant catches by Silkin today, running behind. That actually gave us a lot of momentum, and it gave us that happiness within the group, the vibe that got built that really helped us through.
Definitely. Last question. How happy on the vibes on top of the points table?
Really happy. That's where we want to be.
Yeah, definitely. Please continue to be there. Play good cricket. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Lovely. That is what it is for the post-match presentations, as the captain is really happy. That's what the team wants and the coach wants. But next up, of course, we'll have another cracking match coming in, and that'll be a little while from now. That is the Mysuru Warriors taking on the Gulbarga Mystics. We will come back with the toss of that match very, very soon on this broadcast. Stay tuned. Thank you so much.